This is the place where sports opinions collide, dead in sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inge, back with the fellas for
Happy New Year.
2026.
What's happening? What's
January
happening?
6th, man.
Happy New Year, y'all.
When's the last day? Is today the last day?
To Larry David, yeah.
Per Larry David, yeah.
Yeah, today is the last day.
I think it passed it per Larry David. 5 days. Yeah, 6 days.
6 days.
Right. That sounds about right. Well, anyway, a lot has happened since we've been on break. A lot happened yesterday. A lot happened today. So we are back in time to definitely cover it all for you guys and share our thoughts and opinions on all of the news, breaking news, crazy playoff scenarios, even some basketball stuff as well. So we got all that ready to go for you guys. So I'm looking forward to tonight's show. So as we always do, man, we open the show with our best performance, with our performance of the week, I should say.
All righty. This performance is going to be worst performance of the week, year, past off season, man. Poor Aaron Glenn. You walked into this job thinking that you had a chance, thinking that you were going to do something right and turn the Jets around. The defense was abysmal. 0 interceptions in 18 weeks of play, 17 games. That's never happened in the NFL before. I know y'all seen the stat floating around too. You can look up on an interception once in a season. So this shows you the bad luck that this team has. Then you go to the offensive side. The leading passer, Justin Fields, Sheldon, your man's, he had 1,300 yards passing. Bryce, Hall almost had more yards rushing than the leading passer on the Jets. My man at the receiver position, he ain't caught a pass since week 6. They top-rated receiver ain't caught a pass since week 6.
You talking about Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson.
Yes. He ain't
hurt.
caught a pass since week 6. I don't care if he's been hurt, Sean. He got 335 receiving yards on the season. This is a dumpster fire. Poor Aaron Glenn. He should have took another job. He should hope they fire him because it ain't no turning around anytime soon for the Jets. Sorry, Manny. This is a shithole franchise.
And the crazy part is they play twice a year and still ain't getting no interceptions. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that right there is wild.
Josh Allen to give you one.
I find it interesting that we shit on head coaches in their first year in the way that we're doing now.
I'm shitting on the organization.
Well, I mean, you got Aaron Glenn's picture on it.
I think Aaron. I don't do the graphics. That being said, this team is just no one can come in and make this better. And I wish Aaron Glenn during the offseason last year had took a better assessment of this and been like, you know what, I'm not going to the Jets. I'll go somewhere else. I'll stay DC and get a job. The following year,
don't do that.
I'm not going to the Jets. There are players in the draft right now that are saying, your man from Oregon, their quarterback, I'll come out if the Raiders take me. But if the Jets take me, I'm going back to college. Nobody wants to play for the Jets.
Lou, here's the thing, though, with that. At the time, this job was a little bit more attractive than what it looks like now, of course, because you had Williams on the squad, which is a top defender. You had Sauce on the squad, who's a top defender, and you had Garrett Wilson on the other side of the ball, and Breece Hall was playing nice. So they had pieces in place, and you figure, okay, we're not going to make the playoffs this year, so we'll get another draft pick. So it kind of looked like a decent job, especially – and as a black head coach, you got to take what you can get. You ain't out here trying to pick your jobs, pick and choose. Exactly. You had a great season.
He ain't the normal black head coach.
He could have went to the Saints. That job was available, but Nick said it was the worst. It was the worst job available.
This is the worst job probably in professional sports. Right now. New York Jets head coaching job.
Well, like I said at the time, we don't know what his assessment was. Even if you looked at it at the moment, now, like I said, hindsight is 20/20. At the time, in all fairness, it did look like the Saints was probably the worst job at the time because of the purgatory they were in with the cap, the different situations they had going on with that. You had young talent with the Jets. You got older guys with cap issues with the Saints. So I would have picked the Jets job too in that case. And they got, the glass half full if you look at it now, though, Luke, because you got First of all, you got Indianapolis draft picks for Sauce for nothing. So you got a couple picks coming in, and you got your own pick. So this team can rebuild quickly. They got some cap space. They can put some pieces, and you got Mitchell, who's a good receiver. You got some stuff out of the dumpster.
You're being way too optimistic from what we're seeing from this year's show. That's crazy.
I don't
know because they got a black head coach and you're doing that, but that's crazy. Let me ask you this: would it be the Browns or the Jets if you were a head coach? Which job would you take first?
I'll take the Jets, no question.
The Browns. Okay.
My thing is with this, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because, again, first year head coaches, bro, like he won 3 games. He won the same amount of games as a seasoned head coach in Pete Carroll. And Pete Carroll got fired. A lot of people probably expected Aaron Glenn to get fired, but I think what Pete Carroll is like, he's old and it looked like he just don't got it no more. Where Aaron Glenn is like, bro, they got rid of half of the most, like Shelton said, star talent that they got on the roster mid-season. They were already throwing in a roundabout carousel of quarterbacks. They don't have a stable quarterback situation. So it's like, to me, a lot of head coaching jobs are not going to be like Ben Johnson, where you walk in, where you have a first overall, like the way Ben Johnson, Urban Meyer, when he walked into Jacksonville, like most head coaches are not getting that. And we know what kind of head coaches get those jobs. So to me, it's like with the Jets, it's like, bro, this season, just like how we treat Shador's rookie year or most rookie years for QBs, I feel like we got to do the same thing with head coaches, bro. We got to give these motherfuckers a chance, bro. Like, who was going to turn around the Jets in 1 year?
To address what you said, it don't say Aaron Glenn right there. It says the New York Jets. I'm talking about the organization being a shithole organization. I led this with saying Aaron Glenn is a good coach. He probably should have went somewhere else. Hindsight is 2020, but seeing from what we've seen from the Jets since we've all been watching football, their history, they've never been good. They're not going to be good. And the reason I brought up the interceptions, like that's just the luck that the Jets get. They're a shithole organization. So I wish that Aaron Glenn had taken another job. I'm not blaming him for anything.
Well, and they stuck in a division. They stuck in a division with the Patriots and Josh Allen.
And Drake May.
And it ain't gonna get no better no time soon. So
they have to get a franchise. They got to get a franchise QB.
And that's
my question. Well, Lou, I don't disagree with a lot that's being said tonight. I do wonder, with them retaining him and with the moves that they made, are they going to work with him to get the personnel he needs so he can maximize what he's able to do as a coach? Will they listen to Aaron Glenn moving forward?
I don't think so. And that's why I got the New York Jets name right there. I haven't seen anywhere in their organization, like as long as I've been watching football, that anyone has gotten that support. Even when Rex Ryan was there and he was winning, they wouldn't get him a quarterback. They knew Mark Sanchez wasn't the answer. The Jets have been doing this thing since we've been watching sports. And that's why, again, I say that I wish Aaron Glenn had not taken this job looking back on it, because he could have went somewhere else and been successful, because I do think he's a good head coach. But I don't think the support is ever going to come from the Jets. They just don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, I think he needs at least, like Ken, to what you're saying, he needs at least 3 seasons. I think as a first-time head coach, you should at least get 3 seasons. If you can't do shit and turn this team around in 3 seasons, then we could talk about getting rid of you. I know, Lou, that wasn't your main point, but everything falls on the head coach before it falls on, like, ownership is not going to change for the Jets. So that's why, like, anytime somebody talks about ownership, the only time I've seen ownership change is with the Commanders. And that was because they damn near put a gun to Dan Snyder's head and say, sell the fucking team.
Yeah,
but
or the
Colts where somebody.
Or the Colts where somebody goes early. But outside of that, bro, complaining about ownership ain't gonna do shit. Bengals fans I know this for sure. Like we've been complaining about ownership for decades. It ain't gonna change until Mike Brown croaks. And until then, everything.
Lou ass know about ownership too. The hell we talking about?
Oh yeah, you should know. So until then, all these bullets are gonna go towards the head coach. And you see in the chat, Manny don't even fuck with Aaron Glenn. He already talked about give me hardball.
No, he said he liked him. He said, but he would get rid of Glenn.
You don't like him then, bro. Because what's Harbaugh gonna do on this team?
That ain't true.
He can't even win with a 2-time MVP.
Hey, Nick, they asking questions though, Nick. They said you said we had to talk about Ben Johnson if he was successful. So why we got to talk about Eric Glenn?
He said worst performance of the week. He ain't say best performance of the week. we could talk about Ben Johnson losing to what's his name in Detroit?
Yeah,
Campbell.
Yeah, in a must-win game at that.
Well, it was a must-win for the seeding purposes. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
But Ben Johnson had a good year. He's proven that he ain't a shit coach.
All right, man. Before we jump into basketball talk, we're gonna call a little bit of an audible. I know Q's here, but we're gonna go ahead and get the college stuff out of the way because I think we need to talk about it. And I don't know how much college football Q watched anyway. So
watch that shit, man.
So yeah, so let's go ahead and take care of that real quick, and then we'll get into some basketball and of course NFL playoffs. So switching gears, as we do, since we just knocked out the performance of the week, we are now in the semifinals of this year's college football playoff after witnessing Oregon shut out Texas Tech 23-0.
What?
Indiana beating the crap out of Alabama 38-3. It's glorious game. Ole Miss pull off an upset win over Georgia 39-24. And the Hurricanes delivered the surprise of the year by defeating the defending champions Ohio State 24-14. Which team suffered the worst loss over the holiday break? And who do y'all have advancing to the national championship? So here are the semifinals matchups. You have Oregon versus Indiana, which is another rematch. And you have Miami versus Ole Miss. Oregon, Indiana will be Thursday, January 8th. So in 2 days at the time of this recording. And Miami, Ole Miss will be Friday. So what y'all think, man?
For me, the biggest upset was Ohio State. They were the defending champs coming off last year. They had, pretty much a lot of their players back. So you were expecting some big things out of them. And I honestly thought they would get by Miami at least and make a run towards the championship game. I didn't think they would win at all, but I had them advancing at least. So them losing, it was a toss up between them and Georgia for me, but they took the cake because they were manhandled by Miami up front, and I did not expect that to happen. That was really surprising to me. So to see that happen and to see them go down the way they did to Miami looked like the upper hand, the upper echelon team in that matchup. So that was the biggest surprise for me. And as far as my finals, it's gonna be tough, but I think it's gonna be Miami and Indiana. And I think that Miami can upset Indiana in the championship game.
What about you, Lou?
The most disappointing loss for me, I say it would go to Georgia. And the reason I say Georgia, because I think that they were trying to build this level of dominance to Alabama that we seen Alabama have in the previous decade. And they were trying to establish themselves as the same thing, but they couldn't finish it. They didn't have the talent to do it. And I think a lot of it has to do with, and what we're going to see changes in this playoff is the formatting from getting that week off. It's not fared well for the teams that have received that week off. Only one team has won in that bracket that had the bye week. They're going against a team that played last week and the other team played 23 days ago. That's not a good thing. So I think they're going to expand the tournament sooner rather than later. But the worst loss that I seen was definitely Georgia, because I think that they were trying to do something to establish more legacy, and Ole Miss just took them out.
Who got in the national championship?
Miami and Indiana.
Oh, that sounds like a god awful championship game.
Yeah,
yeah.
You got the number one pick in the draft.
You saw Carson Beck out there.
Yeah. Carson Beck ain't good though. But
Oh, yeah.
But you gonna have Michael Irvin on the sideline, coked up.
That's what you want. You want that for the kids to see
you. That belt whip it up.
You gonna be entertained in America.
Nah,
the worst performance, bro.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Nick,
I
already know what time it is, kid.
I don't even know why we should have skipped this. Man.
Nick, you try to get.
Not trying to talk.
Bro, it's Miami. I mean, not Miami, but it's Alabama. Alabama clearly, and I picked Alabama to win. You know, I thought they were going to win it. I didn't necessarily believe in Indy like that. Now, to be fair, it's not like I was watching a lot of Indiana basketball. I'm just going off pedigree like a lot of other people did, and I was proven wrong. It just felt like Alabama has this thing, and they had a thing when they were with Saban, where they just, when the playoffs come, they get some fortunate breaks, which they got versus Oklahoma, but that quarterback was terrible. That they played against, and he threw a pick six, and they got them in that game. But they were getting their ass whooped in that game. But to go up there, man, and to put up 3 points, that is an embarrassment to all the racist folks in Alabama. They are not used to that. To get beat by a brown person like that in Mendoza, they probably called ICE after the game was over to report him to Indiana. That was embarrassing. They are not used to it. I think Du Bois is in trouble because this is not Alabama football that we know. Now, I will take it. You know, I was extremely excited, but I gotta admit, I was surprised that they got pushed around. But to be fair, I didn't think they needed to be in the damn playoffs anyway. They proved that they did when they beat Oklahoma, and then they went around and proved that they never belonged in the first place. We forget that Florida State whooped their ass in game 1. We saw how terrible Ty Simpson is, and Nick, you called him out in pressure moments when he got beat up by Georgia. So we knew you put some pressure on him, it's a wrap. He is not the guy, and he's actually coming back next year. They should play that biracial dude. I think he'll be better than Ty Simpson. You know, but yeah, Ty Simpson was Ty Simpson got hit so much, bro. He just came out the game. He was like, I'm done. I don't want any more of this. But yeah, Mendoza, and the thing about that game is they didn't even do anything special. It's just tough defense. They ran the ball down Alabama's, throat or whatever, and then that was pretty much it. That was ball game, and they just looked shook and they quit on as well. Speaking briefly, real quickly about the other two games, the Georgia Ole Miss game, that was a game that was prime for a rematch. They never should have beat Ole Miss in the first game. The referees bailed them out in the first game. The referees bailed them out in this game. Mike Bobo or Bobum or whatever his name is called a horrible goal series of plays in the red zone that cost them that game. They had a gunner special just waiting. Just give it to him, let him go ahead and run it in and find a way to close out the game. Miami, Ohio State, Shelton, that was a shocker, but Julian saying ain't really shit himself either. But what's the name? Beck isn't, but that defensive line was killing them boys.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? It probably didn't even really matter. I can't remember the other matchup. Who else played?
Oregon and
it didn't matter. Oregon, Texas Tech. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
I got a question for y'all. So the head coach for Indiana, they say the Raiders are looking at him. Would you stay at Indiana if you won the national championship, or would you go to the Raiders?
I go to the Raiders immediately.
I don't know. I'll wait. They don't have
because you can draft the same quarterback. You can draft your quarterback in.
Oh,
they got the number 1 pick. You can take the dude from Indiana.
And for a team like Indiana, we know how college football is set up now, so it's no guarantee you're gonna get back this high again.
Yeah, you might have caught lightning in the bottle.
Yeah, that would be a nice pick. Hey, I don't know much about this coach outside of after the game they show he was part of the Saban tree, but I did see that clip they played when he was like,
Google him.
Man, hey,
I win. Google me, nigga. Google me.
Hey, I was like, hey, I like this guy to talk shit like that in the bruh. That's crazy. He said it's simple. I win. Google me. And then he was talking shit after the game. He was like, why y'all surprised? Just because it's Indiana on the jerseys? Well, yeah. Yeah, we are.
That's the main reason we surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that's crazy. You mentioned that's crazy how all these guys are Nick Saban disciples, like all of them. So if all the these final 4 teams are, and I think like 6 total in the 8 were all Nick Saban coaches.
For me, it's hard to say. Well, it's not really hard to say. I think the Alabama-Indiana was the most surprising loss. Well, again, arguably surprising loss. I think the Miami-Ohio State one, I think Miami fans were waiting on for revenge for what happened, I think, early 2000s. Oh, yeah. And I think, but I don't think no one was really surprised that Ryan Day fumbled a game like that, where it's like, bro, you have literally all number ones, especially the best wide receiver we've probably seen in college football in a long time, and you lose by double digits to a team that was lucky to even get in. And to get hit in the mouth like that too, like with just them running the ball and not even really doing anything else more dynamic. I thought that was interesting. To lose point, maybe the long rest is hurting the teams, but it's not that team. Indiana, Alabama, there's no excuse for that. I did not like how Alabama this season, because I watched damn near every game. They start off slow, but then they end up like, the reason why I like Kalen DeBoer is that he makes second half adjustments. He did in the Oklahoma game in the opening weekend for the playoffs, down by 17. And then in this one, Ken, once they went down by 24, I was like, it's a wrap. At 17, I was like, all right, they still got a chance. But then when they scored another touchdown to end the half, it was just kind of like, bro, there's nothing that this offense do, because that offense, bro, I've never seen an Alabama team not be able to run the ball. It looked like they had goddamn Medea back there in the backfield running the ball. So it's just like, if you can't run the ball and all you're doing is relying on Ty Simpson, who, Lou, you remember earlier this season, I was ready to give him a Bart Simpson, the Gucci Mane Bart Simpson chain, but he was playing like Homer Simpson on the field. So it's just like, this season is a progress for Alabama, because last year they didn't even make the playoffs. And I told y'all this season I knew they were a better team. Obviously, I go into thinking that they were going to win it all, but obviously that's not going to happen. But I think that DeBoer has one more year, and that's it. If he doesn't win the title, I think he has to win the title, because you lost in the SEC championship game. If he would have beat Georgia twice and won the SEC championship game, maybe things would be different. But since he lost ugly in the last 2 games of the season, or 2 out of the 3 games of the season, I think that next year is his last year at Alabama if he doesn't succeed. The Georgia Ole Miss game, I'm sorry, but the reason why I say that's arguably just as embarrassing as the Alabama loss is because Georgia was up. Georgia was up, and all they had to do was just keep your foot on their neck, knowing that you could win 3 titles in 4 years as a program.
You're only up by 8 though.
I'm just saying though, like when you're up like that in a playoff game, you this like the way they dominated in the SEC championship game against Alabama, their arch rival. You would think that, like you said, Ken, getting away with that game in the regular season against Ole Miss, they'd be like, they learn from their mistakes. But they didn't. They let that game away. To even all the way to the end when they got the safety. Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on with this team? I think Kirby Smart arguably could be in the same position that DeBoer is with Alabama next season if Georgia doesn't put it together. I think a lot of people are talking about the SEC and the regression it's taken, but Kirby isn't helping out with those conversations. Even when you have a lead, I think that's the big difference, is that if you have a lead by more than a touchdown, you should be able to secure that win, especially with a roster like Georgia's. But those are my overall thoughts. It was a lot of disappointment as far as the favorites over the weekend or during the holiday break. And as far as the finals go, I'd rather see Oregon versus Ole Miss than Indiana versus Miami. So that's my big
shootout.
That's be a good game. Indiana versus Miami, that's just going to be either a smash mouth football game or it's going to be a blowout by Indiana, and I don't really give a fuck about seeing that.
Georgia wasn't that good, bro. That's why it was a good game. It was an entertaining game, but they were not that good all year long. I just never believed in them. They got bailed out so many times. That wasn't guts that they were showing and being able to handle adversity, all this shit. Get out of here, bro. They were trash. They were, and that's why they were complaining about even playing them again. They were upset about how the bracket was set up. But I didn't pick. So what? You know what? I think that in the rematch, because I think Oregon's going to get Indiana. I think they won't pay back. So I think we're going to get a repeat of what happened with Ole Miss, Indiana, and Ole Miss, man. I think Ole Miss might get Miami. I think if it turns into a shootout, I don't think Miami will be able to keep up. I know that Miami front line is that defensive line is crazy, but there's something about Chambliss, and I think he got a little bit of magic in him. So I got them going to the finals. And
here come the number one Miami fan right now. Bandwagon ass nigga. What? Where?
Hey Nick, you've been doing this show long enough to know. You've been doing this show long enough to know.
Go ahead.
That I don't follow college sports teams like that. Like typically when we start talking college sports, I stay quiet, right? Unless I watch something and I got something to add. But the other thing is that I follow teams that I lived in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to college, I don't follow that intently. Like I don't, people have fandoms. I just wasn't born that way. You know what I'm saying? I follow the people I like. I know the pro athletes that are on college programs. That's who I follow. I follow the draft. I follow the pros. College is kind of I just want the U to be great. Because the greatest U team was 02 back when I was there, and I was following them niggas. And they owed Ohio State, my nigga.
You was talking cash shit in the chat like you was like when they won that.
I wasn't talking cash shit. I put up two gifts.
I seen him down there with a belt with Michael Irvin.
Nick, I put up two gifts. One when the interception happened, and two when they won the game. That's it, bro. That's it. I have love for Miami. I'm not a fandom like some of us on here and some of the other entities that we got going on. I've always been that guy. I've told y'all that. So don't come over here acting brand new.
Don't post the gifts then, nigga. If you don't care about college football,
I'm 305. I want the U to be great, bro.
You don't care about college football. Leave it alone.
I want the U to no. You can't tell me what to do. I'm gonna post my fucking gifts, nigga.
Who you said you got win it all?
Huh?
Who you said? No, I was asking Nick. He didn't say who he had win it all.
Oh, I want Ole Miss to win it all.
Why?
I hate how Lane Kiffin did them, and they got a black quarterback.
Hey,
we don't need the racist school winning it.
How Lane did them?
Yeah, he left his team.
And you know he's taking coaches.
How they made him leave?
They told him to get out.
Yeah, they told him to get out.
He took a new job though.
Yeah,
he took a new job.
Okay. Their coach is coaching. Their coach is coaching in the playoffs.
That's bouncing with them.
That have taken new jobs. So why Lane Kiffin got to get out?
Because typically the head coach they don't like them to continue to coach. Look, Spike. My thing is this. Spike, hold on. Spike, my thing is this.
They
Spike, hold on, nigga. You've been talking for 45 minutes. I just got on here. Let me talk. What I'm saying is this. I don't disagree with you. I think he should have coached too. I don't like the process of the timing of it because now you give these schools and ADs an out to say, oh well, you can't coach the team. Well, nigga, I'm the one that put this shit together. What is you talking about? I know. That's why I'm saying, let me talk, bro. I'm with you. They just got to switch the timing so when I accept this job, or it doesn't need to be public, or they just got to fix that because, bro, just because I took a new job doesn't mean that like this season's not done. Well, I need to finish out the contract.
Well, here's the problem with that, FIFO. You have to announce it when you do, because right now we're already in the window for the transfer portal. So you got to get him in position sooner than later so you can already start recruiting. They're already working at LSU. So in saying that, it's hard to say you're going to be coaching here at Ole Miss when you got a job at LSU and you're working actively at that job. You don't trust it to go both ways. You can't serve two masters. So you gotta pick one. And yeah, they told him to go ahead. You go and go.
Hold on, Shelton. If that's the case, then why are some of those assistant coaches that decided to go with Lane Kiffin still coaching Ole Miss?
Some of them just went. They just left in the middle after this round because they
I understand that, Shelton. but some of them are still there. And what I'm saying is keep it fair, keep it even. Tell all them niggas, all of y'all that want to go with Lane Kiffin, all y'all got to go to him.
That's what. Well, I'm with you on that. That's what should have happened. Because, like I said, now they're leaving. Now I don't think they expected them to win this game. That, to be honest, that's what I expected. They didn't expect to win, they won the game.
Let them finish the season. They went out like sore losers by telling him to get out. He should be there coaching the kids, ending up the season. That's it.
He couldn't be all in, Lou. Like I said, he had to go do his job.
Got assistants and shit for that. Lane Kiffin not flying to people's houses every day, bro. He got assistants and recruiters for that.
All right. Well,
all I'm saying, last thing, Ken, you root for SEC teams as well. They all racist schools. Georgia, Mississippi State, Texas, Alabama, all of them. Ain't none of them clean.
It's all roughneck.
It's all rough, roughnecks, rednecks.
All right. Well, anyway, that is it for college football talk. We're gonna jump into basketball, and then we're gonna get into the NFL playoffs and breaking news as well. But let's talk some hoops, man. So let's get into it. We got Q and FIFO here, so let's go.
Sure, man. The rest of y'all want to talk some hoops? Because y'all niggas can drop off. It's too boring.
Well, hey, I'm here. I'm here to talk.
Hey, Nick, that wasn't directed towards you, my boy.
Yeah.
Luke. But anyway, now that we are officially into the new year, we can finally focus more on the NBA as we begin to see which teams are true contenders and which are pretenders. The Christmas Day games were exciting as we are witnessing a new rivalry brewing in the West between the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. We are also seeing a talented young team of the Detroit Pistons trying to prove their experience doesn't matter as they hold a 3-game lead over the New York Knicks for the number 1 seed in the East. Which team have y'all's attention as we move into the halfway point of the season?
Spurs. And I'm gonna say, and this is the reason why. You know me, I always jump out the window. And the way that OKC came out the gate, the way that they were playing, the way that they were putting teams to bed in the third quarter was very reminiscent of the glory days of the Golden State Warriors, of the Splash Brothers era. And when you see that type of dominance where your star player sits the whole fourth quarter and your team wins by 40, it's like, okay, this is different. Now, what changed is this kryptonite called Wemby over there in down south of Texas in San Antonio. And they beat these boys 3 times in a matter of like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that, something crazy. And for me, it changed the whole trajectory of OKC season in a sense, from going from a historical run to we might finish number 1 in the West. So that's the reason why I got San Antonio as the must-see team, because they have back-to-back Rookie of the Years. They drafted Dylan Harper this year, which I don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year, but he is a top 2 contender for Rookie of the Year. So you're talking about super young talent, a super young coach, and the freakish alien that we call Wemby, and they can win without him. Meet regular season games. I'm not saying that they could win the championship. I'm not saying they're a championship contender without Wemby. They 1,000,000% need Wemby to compete, but to steady the ship when he is going through his ailments and stuff like that, it is something to behold. And I think that they are going to be the new it team. I'm not saying this year, but obviously they have derailed the historic pace that Oklahoma City was on. And I believe in them, man. You watch them play. They got some gritty guys. And it's not just the guys that they drafted, but the people that they made moves for. Champagny just had a career day with 11 threes the other night. Vassell. He balling tonight too?
Yeah, he's hooping tonight.
Yeah. So, like I really love what the Spurs have done. I think they are the team to watch.
What about you, Q?
Probably. I mean, Spurs are nice. They're a little bit too young for me though to really get excited. I think that they could probably. What I think could happen with them in the playoffs is kind of like what happened with Minnesota, where they upset the champs, but then they go into the Western Conference Finals and lose to a Denver if that happens. For me, I think that the team I'm like intrigued by is my own team right now. I just like what we're putting together in terms of looking like a competent basketball team. I disagree with FIFO. I don't think Dylan Harper's top 2. I think that's clearly Cooper and VJ Edgecombe. Clearly the top 2 rookies right now. Harper is he's very raw. He's very
So you don't put him in the same class? Raw.
Yeah, he's very raw. He's very nice. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like raw and nice, not raw as in still
No.
I think that he has moves, of course, that work in the NBA, but I still think he has to put some things together.
He does.
You know,
he's a rookie. But,
yeah,
but the thing I like about Dylan Harper is he plays with a veteran's pace.
Yeah,
and that is for a rookie, like right. That's IQ awareness. Like he doesn't get rattled. I like that. I don't disagree. Edgecombe and Cooper.
Cool.
Cooper's gonna win it. Cooper. I know we throw generational out there, but he's putting up the numbers to support it. So he's the rookie of the year is his. Edgecombe is super nice, athletic as hell, more athletic than Dylan Harper. But I think those 3 guys are in the same class though.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was just saying in terms of the ranking, I think that those 2 kind of got the media on their side right now, and Harper is going to come along as the season goes on. But in terms of the Sixers, Embiid being able to like kind of do this without being athletic is really interesting to me right now. I want to see if he can even get back to being like 70% of what he was as an athlete. It's wishful thinking, but for him to be averaging 26 over the last like six games, I know that we blew a game to Denver. Their entire just backups are playing and the entire starters were out, but you know it happens. It's just January, so I like the motion that we see, and then of course with VJ, I just really like what I'm seeing as a guy that played 1 year of college and has these like Iguodala-esque tools that I think are really nice, especially as a 3-point shooter. There's room for improvement there. There's actual like fluidity there that I could see scaling every single year, his shot getting better. To beat the Knicks like that off the backs of VJ's energy and just his ability to close out on shooters, it's impressive. Even if you're, a hater of whatever the process was, we hit on VJ, and that was an amazing pick. And then I'd probably say my other team, because I agree with the Spurs, but I like what Denver is doing. Obviously, really like what Denver's doing. Jokic looked like he took some type of fitness seriously this offseason a little bit. Doesn't I'm not saying he went crazy on the Peloton, but before the injury, he was moving a little bit quicker, getting rebounds a little bit faster. Putbacks and tapbacks were going in a little faster, and they just seem deep. And where Jokic is right now is just he's in a pocket of mastery of his position that I don't think people truly appreciate until you're like the last 3 years of your career. You can get the highlight reel. But this is something that we're going to look at and be like, this is one of the 10 greatest big men we've ever seen play basketball ever. And I think that people should be on the lookout for that. I have one last thing, and that would be...
Q. Hold on. I want to ask you, did you feel that Joker should have won the MVP over Shea last year?
My thing with... I
don't remember what your stance was.
I think I said last year that... last year that you could make the case that either deserve it, and I wouldn't have been pissed. Everyone was saying it has to be Shea. I think that showing what Jokic did by taking that OKC team to 7 with minimal help and a one-leg Aaron Gordon, I thought that was deserving of showing everything he meant to that team. He's incredibly valuable. So I wouldn't have been mad. And then speaking of OKC, which is my final point, the Spurs got their number, but Sam Presti can go infinity gauntlet on all this shit and call Milwaukee if he wants to. That's all I'm saying.
You're right about that. I agree with both y'all's picks. Of course, I was thinking the Spurs that was one of my squads. But for me, it's the Charlotte Hornets. And I say that with all sincerity. They're 13-23 right now. But when you have the combination of Con Canupa, who's going to be the rookie of the year, by the way.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
13-23 right now.
Yes, he is. LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, and Miles Bridges on the floor together. This team is like 9-3. They beat the OKC Thunder last night on the road by 27 points, which hadn't been done to NBA champion the next year. I don't think it's ever been done that they've been beaten by that many points. They are rolling right now. The only problem with Charlotte is staying healthy. That's why the record is so bad, because you rarely ever have the four on the court together. But when you do, you see it. So in my eyes, I think that they are up and coming. They're young. If they can keep that core together and can stay healthy, they'll make some noise. They'll get in. And I would quite frankly, I don't fear too many people when they're on the court together.
You know what, Shelton? I'm gonna say this about the Charlotte Hornets, because I don't disagree with the nucleus, the core of what the nucleus is. My only issue with the Charlotte Hornets, and as much as I've praised them, and I think he is a baller, is LaMelo Ball for only one fact: he's unserious. And I think because of that, and I don't think that playing serious is going to happen in Charlotte, because number one, the games don't mean nothing. He's not really playing for nothing, right? Like the whole time he's been there, they've made the play-in tournament one time. He needs to go to an organization that is about business and isn't going to put up with the BS, right? Like with the BS shots, with the BS effort, with the BS. Like just with the BS, like we got to play winning basketball. And that's my only gripe with LaMelo. Love LaMelo. Think that he is a very unique talent in the NBA. I think you can win with him. I just don't think that the organization and the situation is prime for LaMelo to grow. I think he's grown as much as he will as a player in Charlotte.
And I agree with you on that up until I saw this lineup run together. And I've been watching them. These dudes, man. That's when he plays his best basketball. He's distributing the ball. He's scoring clutch baskets right now. He's actually playing defense a little bit more too than he ever has. So in saying that, like I said, when you get them on the court together, Brandon Miller more than anybody stands out. And Con is, I was completely wrong on Con. I thought Con was like I was like, here we go again. This is a typical Charlotte pick. You pick somebody from the ACC. You pick one of these developmental white basketball players from the ACC, quite frankly, because that's what they like to do. They did it with Tyler Zeller. They did it with Adam Morrison and a few other players. They pick these guys who are good college players but aren't good pros. And when he came, I'm like, here we go again. Well, he's third in the league in three-pointers right now behind Steph Curry and Donovan Mitchell. And he is hooping.
Ed's up there too, though.
Well, he's third. So it ain't him. Not on that level. And he's averaging more points. He's averaging more points than Cooper Flagg. And he's averaging 19.5 a game. Cooper Flagg is at 18. So, and I'm not saying he's better than Cooper, because I don't think so. I still think Cooper honestly can win, rookie of the year. But he has better stats, and he's performing. So you put that together with LaMelo, it's going pretty good for this team if they can stay healthy. But that's a big if, because LaMelo has these ankle issues. He did consult with Steph Curry about that. I saw what Steph said. He did talk to him about that, because Steph went through the same things, and that's something that'll be big. Keeping him and Brandon Miller on the floor will be huge. And I'm not saying, like I said, they ain't gonna win no championship this year. That's not my thing. But my thing is they'll make some noise and they can improve. That's what's crazy. They're surprising me right now, because I thought it was over with.
My surprise team actually is something what Q said in Philly, just because they look a little different than I feel like last season was just like, I don't know what happened last season. Maybe it was just injuries and shit or whatever the fuck. But last season was just what the fuck kind of season. This is what I think a lot of people expected when you brought all this talent together with the Paul Georges and the other kid that Q mentioned. I watched that Knicks game that they played a few nights ago, and Knicks got their ass whooped. But I was just more impressed about like the the fearlessness that team had as far as just throwing up shots, being aggressive. I think that kind of threw the Knicks for a loop. My number 2 team, so that's 3. Number 2 would be the Detroit Pistons, of course. Again, they blew out the Knicks just the other night. I think last season was a huge step for them, and this season I think it's just like they may be probably the most scariest team that you want to face in the 7-game series. I think them and Philly, and then of course I've been watching the Knicks. It seemed like they were gelling really well earlier this season, and now they're on a 4-game slide. So I don't know what's going on. They dropped from 2 to 3 just now. They're a half game back behind Boston, but I don't think that's. I mean, like you said, it's still January, so there's still a lot of time left to kind of move up in the standings. But I think this is a make or break year for the Knicks. So I like what Mike Brown is doing so far. I think it was the right move to get rid of Thibodeau and replace him with him. But that move only is cemented with a ring. Maybe I may even give I may just say the NBA Finals appearance may be enough to kind of say like that was the right move. But nonetheless, winning a championship for the Knicks in New York, they're gonna build a statue for him outside of that. But I'm really worried about how the team is gelling right now. So I'm hoping.
Why?
Just because they don't seem to have. At first, I thought that Mike Brown was really good at rotations. He's been going deep in the bench with giving Jordan Clarkson minutes and also the white boy. But it also seems like he's going to a small ball lineup a little bit too heavy these days, and I want to see more of like. Obviously, when you're facing Philly and then when you also face an aggressive team like Detroit, like most of that stuff was like they were not getting offensive rebounds, which is something that they are big on. They weren't ending possessions with defensive rebounds either. So I think that's what I'm wondering, like how much is he going to rely on the small ball lineup, even though it does give you the most offensive firepower. I just want to see I think he's still tinkering with what he can do. But he needs to end this fucking losing streak. That's what he needs to do.
For me, it's the Pistons. I think Cade is playing just as good as anybody in the league. I think you can put him up there with SGA as far as a bag and skill set, getting his team involved. He's just as good from the games that I've seen him play. I think he's a sleeper for MVP. So Pistons would be my number 1. My number 2 would be the Celtics. I'm really surprised at Jaylen Brown. I did think he was a Batman. He is. Excuse me, I thought he was a Robin. He's clearly establishing that he is a Batman, that he can do it by himself if he needs to, and if he had the right team around him that didn't consist of a Jason Tatum. So those are the 2 teams that I'm most surprised by. And then the Knicks, I've been looking at them. I think that they've done a good job of living up to expectations for this season. Brunson has done a good job. Brown has done a good job at coach, the bench, the signings, everything they did. So those are the ones I like the most, but Cade being way above the other 2. I think Cade is going to
hold your breath, Spike.
For what?
Don't hold your breath on them.
Okay. Oh.
I can't stand that nigga. Like, he is a fucking pest of this damn show. Just hating for no reason, bro.
I don't know. You know, something about the Knicks always makes me like so Jekyll and Hyde about them, because it's like some games I'm just like, damn, this might be the best team in the NBA. And the other teams, the other nights, I'm just like, in a series they could be gettable. Who knows?
That's what I looked at when I saw that Philly game, bro.
I'm just like, damn. I'm like, can we beat the Knicks?
I was watching it with my girl too. She was like, "You like the Knicks, right?" And I'm like, "Nigga, shut up. Let's go." Like this shit. Yeah.
Well, Nick, you're not the only fan of Jason Brun, because apparently Josh Hart is.
We're not acknowledging that. That was 2025, Ken. We're the new year.
Real quick,
hey, man, just trying to,
real quick. I think in terms of the disappointments of that so far this year, I think the 2 glaring ones for me are the Wolves and Luka. In my opinion, are just the 2 like.
How's Luka a disappointment?
Because it ain't what it's supposed to be, and we all know it. And we all know it ain't what it's supposed to be. And if you are the guy, and if you are who everyone says you are, you basketball Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You come into the league. I mean, you come into the season with the new keto peptide diet. That's all good. And then I just feel like the defense is absolutely atrocious. I can't even put it any other way. If I was his teammate, we'd be in the locker room talking about like what's going on. Because the whole point of you losing weight is so you can slide your feet faster. And in fact, your feet look worse now that you lost weight. And I just don't understand that. And then from the Wolves' perspective, and I'm sure we're going to circle back if FIFO going to talk about it, but Anthony Edwards and what they have going on, it just looks like terminally inept. I just don't. Mike Conley, that you need a point guard, and they keep playing around.
Trae Young?
Nah. That's not the right move for them because you're getting smaller in a big ass West. That does not help Edwards at all. Trying to win a championship. So even though I am a Trae Young fan and I do think he is a baller, that's not the right spot for him. And I don't disagree with you, Q, in terms of the Wolves. It's not right, And when they made the Julius Randle move, awful. I felt that they were in a soft rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta. It's like we could compete or we could be in the playoff chase, but we're not really playing for no title.
But FIFO, they extended him, and I just don't get that because you beat a Steph-less Warriors team. Like you really got hyped from.
Well, okay, so
gonna cuss everybody out, bro, because he's over it.
Q, you got to look at it from this perspective, right? And we talk about this with your Philadelphia Eagles. The earlier you sign somebody, the cheaper they are long term. Right. So what his per year average is cheaper now that they locked them in than it would be if they would have re-signed him this year or next year. Right. So that's number one. Number two, I think it gives them the flexibility to trade him because now he's under contract. Now he can't say, well, I don't want to go here because I'm not going to re-sign or this, that, and the third. So it gives you leverage as an organization to ship him out when the time is right. So I feel like your perspective is they rewarded him. I don't 100% disagree with that, but I think it was a leverage move from the organization to control the asset.
I think that I wouldn't disagree with that if I felt like the asset was valuable. And I just don't think Julius Randle's a good player. And that's why it's just like for me, like the calculation would like make sense if it was like they did that with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That would make sense. I don't disagree, but Q, you got to think about, more than half of the owners and GMs are trash, bro. Somebody's gonna buy another man's trash, bro. They just are. Like it happened. We see it happen all the time. That's just so crazy. How they can watch him go to the Knicks, go to the Pelicans, go to all these places and never stick, and then because you beat LeBron on his last legs and you beat the Warriors without Steph and without Jimmy. Now you give that man what was it $200 million contract, 150, 125, some crazy shit. I just don't.
But who else are they gonna pay? Like you was gonna get that money to.
Thing is like, bro, Walker? but like, I would have gave it to Walker. And my thing is, at least try the Ant with a lot of dynamic pieces around him type of formula.
That's not going. But that's not going to work in the West.
I know, but if you can't go get the role player that is the key role player, then go get a bunch of role players with that money, and let's see if Ant can do it by himself. And then if that doesn't work, then we can spring for with all those pieces. I've just seen this work too many times, and of course, just Minnesota. So maybe people don't want to come, and that's the whole issue with let's lock down a guy. Let's lock down a guy like Randall who wants to be there. But I would have liked to have seen them try to just invest in a lot of role players to build around and go get at least a younger veteran point guard. Mike Conley's like 41 years old, dude. It's not scaring nobody. And Rob Dillingham he's proven a little bit of his keep here and there on defense from time to time, but it's not what it should be. And I think that he's gonna have to develop a lot more, and it might not even be in Minnesota where he has to develop. So this picture right now for them, if I'm Ant, it's looking very Kevin Garnett. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's somewhere else.
I see what you mean by like trying to build them like a baby OKC, where it's just like we have a superstar and a bunch of talented role players.
Yeah.
But for me, for them, I think it's a miracle that they went to 2 Western Conference Finals within the last 3 seasons. I think that says a lot about Ant and the coaching there. I just also think that to FIFO's point, bro, it's just like, yeah, if you gave up on Randall and kept Walker, it's just like, all right, who else are people really going to be threatened by? They're not going to be threatened by nobody but him. They're just going to double team Ant, triple team Ant. And then you got Dante DiVincenzo trying to score 25 a game. Yeah. I think you just take the points where you get them. And I think maybe this upcoming offseason, maybe they'll try to go get Giannis too. Because I know right now Giannis is kind of like, yeah, we got to see how you injury-wise what you looking like before we come and get you. So that may be an offseason move.
I would have liked to have seen like a Porzingis there before I saw a fucking Julius Randle personally.
All right. Well, we'll have plenty of that and more in about a month and a half. So, there's a lot to break down, man. OKC started out hot. FIFO jinxed them. And it's been a wrap since then. What? How many games you say they were going to lose, FIFO?
Only 9. Them boys. Hey, but look, man, the way that they was playing, Ken. I didn't think. I didn't think San Antonio was going to be ready. And here's the thing: like when with great teams like that, especially coming off a championship, you're going to lose to a couple of sorry ass teams, bro. That's just how it go. So I wasn't surprised when who was the first match they lost to Portland? I wasn't surprised when they lost to Portland. But OKC whooping that ass 3 times in a row. Didn't see that happen at all.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on, man. Let's get back into football. Look at him. He's perked up. Lou is back.
And we don't know why.
He clocked it back in.
We don't know why.
So anyway, man, the end of the NFL regular season came Sunday night, and it was a must watch as we witnessed a battle for the AFC North between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers in a win of your end matchup. The Steelers came out victorious 26-24. You saw the title. We're here now. One of the questions, coupled with some breaking news that we have with John Harbaugh, is should the Ravens consider trading Lamar Jackson this offseason? And can Aaron Rodgers give Mike Tomlin his first playoff win since the start of the decade?
Since I picked the Steelers to win the division and Mike Tomlin as a top 5 coach, I feel like I deserve to get this first. Number one, told y'all betting on bum ass Baltimore. Number one, I think they've just proven that they're not going to trade Lamar because they chose Lamar over the head coach. So I'm sure we'll get into John Harbaugh, his firing and everything after. So yeah, that's that. And then with Aaron Rodgers going against the Houston Texans, that defense is nothing to play with. And DK Metcalf coming back does create some nice matchups for them on the outside. Hopefully, you want to lean on your check down merchants that you got. Then it's a good little offense they got going with Gainwell and Jalen Warren. I really like them as a 1-2 combination. I miss Kenneth Gainwell so much in Philadelphia, and I was telling Sheldon for a long time during the season that we missed that change of pace with Barkley. Barkley can't really do the every single down. He needs a guy like Kenneth Gainwell who comes in, catches the ball, breaks a 2-yard run for 9 yards, and you've seen how he's just flourished in Pittsburgh. So I want to give a shout out to him. That being said, if there is any quarterback that Tomlin's had over the last couple years that is going to give him a playoff win, including the ghost of Big Ben that one season against the Chiefs, it would be Rodgers. Would I bet on it? No. Does my heart want it? Yeah, I want Mike Tomlin to get this so bad for him. It would be a great because it's also in Pittsburgh, so I would love for him to do this, and show the fans that I actually do this, because a lot of Pittsburgh fans overvalue their talent and they think that they should be doing a lot more than they are. But I think that this is the one that you can see happening if you are a Pittsburgh fan. I think you should be okay with getting your hopes up, and you should be okay with whatever the outcome is. So I think this can happen for Aaron Rodgers, and it'll be a storybook, not ending, but storybook chapter to be this old and come back from the dead of the Jets and give Mike Tomlin his win. It just sounds like something that should happen, and I hope it happens. But Houston, we might have a problem with that defense.
I've been writing that one all day.
Late on that.
I can't tell you how I write it, man.
If Q want to come up and he wants to give himself his own flowers, I'll do the same thing. I said in the offseason that Aaron Rodgers was the best option for the Steelers to pick up. Lou thought I was crazy. He thought I was trying to jinx the Steelers, and I was keeping it a bean. I was keeping it a beat. But ever since Aaron Rodgers came,
it almost worked too. And I was you and that dog and those little kids.
I once he became a Steelers fan, he became the enemy. That's when I bring up all his drug history, showing just like they do any black quarterback. But my thing with this is crazy. One last point about the Steelers is crazy that they were screaming "Fire Tomlin," and now he blowing kisses to the camera. He was still, hey kid, if they lose to Houston on Monday Night Football, that will be hilarious ending.
That would have been worse than losing.
I just didn't like he was bumping on his chest like a damn ape. But anyway,
yeah, come on, kid, we ain't starting off with the
my bad. I'm sorry. The Mississippi, the whole race.
That's that Mississippi State in you, boy.
Stay in your place, boy.
But to me, this is a huge Baltimore story. Like the fact that weeks leading up to this game, the Baltimore Sun. I told y'all about these beat reporters. They're the ones that you need to really focus on. Fuck the national media. They're the ones that's gonna keep it a bean and actually talk shit about their team, even though they're reporting on it. The fact that all that stuff came out about Lamar, the fact that we all knew that it was going to be a decision between him and Harbaugh, and then that this game ended up not only just being a you're winning, you're in playoff game, but also whichever coach lost was probably going to get fired, or if not, they was going to call for them to get fired. I thought this was a big game. I thought Lamar played as best as he could under the circumstances. He did definitely put him in a position to win, but y'all know how I feel about kickers. If you leave the game in the hands of kickers and refs, you probably lost the game. But especially as a rookie. But I definitely can see how people can still say Lamar should have done more in that game in the first three quarters instead of just waiting to the fourth. Because they did have a 10-point lead, and we know how John Harbaugh is when he has double-digit leads. He loses them. So I definitely see this as and then the fact that they were even talking about trading Lamar is crazy. In a season where people thought Joe Burrow was going to be asking for a trade, no one thought that Lamar Jackson would be actually more likely to happen. So that was just the main takeaway for me is like the loss was crazy, but the things leading up to it was even worse.
I don't think the trade Lamar was crazy. I think the Ravens had to establish what was more important to them. And when they got down to it, and the reason they let go of Harbaugh is because they know how far he can take them. But with Lamar, since he's always had Harbaugh as kind of this ceiling, they don't know how far Lamar can go if he's under better management. So I do agree with the franchise in saying, you know what, you've done a fine job, Harbaugh, but we want to see what Lamar can do in these next 2 to 3 years of his prime without somebody like you around. I don't know if it's going to come back to bite them. That's going to determine on the head coach that they hire. I hope they really go through an in-depth process. They got to get rid of their OC and their DC and do a whole new coaching staff. It can't just be we getting rid of Harbaugh. I think Lamar needs to be very involved in that process as well to ensure that he's successful with that. But the Ravens, as far as where they're going from here, I think it's cool. As long as they hire somebody that's offensive-minded and can get Lamar to where he needs to be, then they're fine. As far as the Steelers, this is Tomlin just another middle finger to people saying, oh, I should be firing this, that, and the third. I'm going to go to the playoffs every year. I'm going to win 9 games. Name another coach hot as me. Like, nobody has the same resume as me. I don't care who y'all put in the backfield at quarterback. I don't care how washed up they are. I don't care if it's Big Ben at 40. I don't care if it's Aaron Rodgers at 40. What you mean?
Yeah, he's done a lot of what Tomlin has done. He won a Super Bowl.
No. He's underachieved as to where Tomlin has overachieved.
He's underachieved with better talent.
Right, because if Tomlin had the talent, if Tomlin had anywhere near the talent that Harbaugh has had over these last couple of years,
of course,
I firmly believe that Tomlin would have won Super Bowls or at least playoff games. Harbaugh is just he's existing in this landscape of one day we'll get it together. And I could understand Baltimore being like, nah, we ain't with that shit no more. Like we got a dynamic once in a lifetime talent here at quarterback. If we make the right hire at head coach, then maybe we can get this thing where we need it to be. With Tomlin, like the Steelers are never going to have another coach better than Tomlin. They might as well face that. They'll never have another coach better than him. So there's no reason for them to move on from him.
So at times there's a reason to move on, and I love Mike Tomlin, but I think that sometimes you need another voice. You may not get a better coach, but sometimes you need a different coach. Sometimes you need a different leader in that room because it becomes stale, it becomes stagnant, and you stay in that same place. Sometimes in order to grow, you got to tear it down to build it back up. Otherwise, you're going to stay in purgatory. You know, some of those teams stay in the middle of the pack always because they don't make any changes. But as far as the Harbaugh thing, I don't know if y'all read, but Ian Rappaport put out that the reason why Harbaugh was let go was because he refused to fire his defensive coordinator. I heard you say they got to get rid of him. Spike, yeah, they ain't never gonna fire the coach and keep the coordinator. But that was his biggest
and that's
issue.
Another thing, to your point in this report, you can't come tell me after you lost this game to win the division who you keeping and who you not. You need to listen to what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
and that was huge. And Lamar and the players had issues with Harbaugh. So when it was Lamar and Harbaugh had issues, and a lot of the players spoke up saying they wanted him gone.
To your point of needing another voice, I do agree with that. Harbaugh will be able to go somewhere and be great still. Like if he go to the Giants, if I'm the Giants, yes, I want him. If I'm the Raiders, any one of these teams that have a
bring stability.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a top candidate. Look. I'm gonna tell everybody that's watching, right? Because obviously y'all niggas be here all the time. I said this at the beginning of the season. If they don't go to the Super Bowl, John Harbaugh's out of there. And it's not because he can't coach. It's not because he's trash. It's not any of those things. Has he underperformed? I don't disagree 100%. But at the end of the day, like what Shelton said, and this was my point at the beginning of the season, is they need a change. They have gotten as far as they are going to go with that coach and the way that the roster was built. You know what I'm saying? They need to change it. And because of how they lost, and here's the thing, they could have made the playoffs. And if they would have lost anything outside of the Super Bowl, John Harbaugh would have been out of there, because it's no longer about let's just get to the playoffs and see what happens. It's the expectation is Super Bowl. We have a 2-time MVP quarterback that's arguably the most dynamic player in the game. If not number one, number two, 100%. We have enough to win. The defense was really good last year toward the end. This year it fell off a cliff. Yeah, like it's just time. It's just time for Harbaugh to go. I'm excited to see who they get. I hope it's not Stefanski. I like Stefanski.
But it's not that many coaches out there, FIFO. Like it ain't like who else are you gonna replace? Like you're replacing a Super Bowl champion winning head coach who only had 3 losing seasons. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like who are you gonna get?
I don't know, and that's why they don't pay me millions. Because if they did, I would tell you right now who we was gonna go get. But outside of that, though, Nick, we obviously know what they need. What they need is an offensive head coach that has the schematics, the X's and O's that makes sense for the talent that's on that roster. That I don't care how. Obviously, I don't want to trash head coach, right? But if they went and got a Stefanski, I feel like he fits stylistically to maximize what they got on offense. Spike, you can look like that. I've been a Stefanski guy outside of how he's handled Shador.
What have you seen that makes
Baker, the Baker years. Also, when they did have somewhat of a different offense, you know what I'm saying? I think Stefanski.
Watson though.
Nobody could have did shit with Watson. Watson don't want to play no more, bro. When he signed that check, it's a wrap. It's donezo. He think about retirement. He ain't trying to play no more. That being said,
the only reason I look like that, you may not be wrong. The only reason I look like that, I just think Stefanski is an OC. I don't really like him as a head coach.
You know what? Because that's how I feel about McCarthy as well. I think McCarthy is a really good offensive mind. My only issue with McCarthy, and I have a less of an issue with Stefanski, is the time management piece in the game, situational football. I think McCarthy is D+ at best, pause. And I think Stefanski, you could say C+, B-. Like, I don't think Stefanski is horrible in those situations. Obviously, we saw him not wanting to push Shador in for 2-point conversions and shit like that. Obviously, that looks like a personal vendetta. Outside looking in, and now you're fired, and we seen how Shador has played versus the other quarterbacks there. That looked personal. So I'm absolving him of that. Prior to this season, bro, he's a competent head coach in the NFL.
I will say that while we were talking about the Ravens, let's not forget the Steelers were literally one rookie kick away from us focusing on them for this conversation. Like, they lost to the Browns with Shador that made this game a winner you're in. They could have won the division the week before. So to me, it's just like, as much as like we're talking about Harbaugh and all that stuff, and Mike Tomlin once again has a winning season, won the division, and is going to the playoffs with first round home field advantage.
Yeah.
If they lose Q, to your point, if the Texans get a 10-point lead on them, they not giving that game. That game is not going to be anywhere near close like it was for this. You ain't going to have motherfuckers slipping and sliding on the field. Now, granted, Houston is a dome team, and they're going to have to come to Pittsburgh and play in that cold weather. But D'Amico's going to have them ready.
They're going to be ready.
I trust at this point in their careers, I trust CJ as much as Rodgers. And offensively,
no run game.
Yeah, offensively, he's a wash against that defense, that secondary against Houston, in my opinion. So if I'm Houston, I'm like, bro, all that check down shit, they're gonna have to beat us deep.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be one with, which sucks that Washington got hurt, but it's gonna have to be Freiermuth, it's gonna have to be MVS, it's gonna have to be Thielen and Calvin Austin. You know what I'm saying? And then
Houston is like salivating, like we only got to cover these.
Bring that on.
No, for sure.
Who?
For sure. So that's what I'm saying. Is the thing is that Houston can't be too confident now, because that still is Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Like you can't just be like, all right, let's go in there, let's just whoop their ass and be done with it. You still have to play a game here, because Houston don't got no run game. So they have to, still put up points as well. And if Houston's defense doesn't, because Rodgers is going to protect the ball, hopefully. We've seen some games where he's let it fly a little bit crazy, but you're thinking that in this game, protect the ball. If we win the turnover differential, we have a chance. And I think what Mike Tomlin is going to do is he wants us to be a heavyweight bout. TJ strip the ball. We get to the QB. Let's make CJ one dimensional, and then hopefully if we could push the pocket a little bit, we can create some turnovers, some short fields for Rodgers. You got to cash in.
I get that, but also the Ravens had no pass rush in that game, and Houston is definitely going to have a pass rush.
But so they also didn't have DK. They
didn't have DK. Yes, but DK ain't top 5, top 10.
He's not, but he's definitely clear.
But I'm saying, but they have a corner who's top 5, definitely top, who can, like, I trust. What's his name? Devin Singleton. The corner, Stingley. I trust him one-on-one with DK, and that's why I'm saying, like, we gonna make sure that Rodgers feels that defense. And then also, speaking of the defense, Pittsburgh gave up 2. Those are probably the most wide open plays I've seen all season. And I'm a Bengals fan. I know about bad defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you let Zay Flowers go for 2 touchdowns and almost $150, let alone you got Nico Collins and and others who can get busy too. To me, this is a huge game for D'Amico more than Mike Tomlin, even though Tomlin needs the win. Yeah. But if D'Amico can get this win, he's proven that he's like, all right, I'm one of these head coaches that's here to stay.
And I wanted to just circle back to something that you all were talking about with Baltimore, because this is where I stand. I've always said that I believe that John Harbaugh needed to go probably like 2 seasons ago, of course. And I think that the Ravens fans everywhere have put something on the grill today. They've popping champagne, and I believe that. But See, this is where I differentiate from Nick in terms of the you got paid and now it's no excuses. When you get your coach fired, now that's where I start putting it's on you now. Yeah. You got what you needed. You got what you wanted, Lamar Jackson. This is where I start looking at you directly, because if he can win a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco and he can't, he's 3-6 with you and 8-6 with Flacco. Cool. It's on John Harbaugh. Let's get him out of here. I agree. They need to go get him some more weapons. I'm not moved by Zay Flowers and Bates and all these people. They got to go get him a number one. I've been saying that, and I agree. But my guy, now that you get to pick your guy, you get to pick your coach, if you can't get it done next year or the year, come on, man.
My thing is also it's a contract year too, because he's out of guarantees. So that's another thing. That's another reason why that article stood out to me, because they was trying to. Yeah, it's out for black quarterbacks outside of Jalen Hurts. It's always a discussion about why should we pay this motherfucker, and even though you're a 2-time MVP and revitalized a franchise that was literally dying after Flacco was on his last leg, I'm doubling down on Lamar. I don't know if next year is going to be the year that it's a make or break, but like you mentioned, in the next 2 seasons, bro, if we don't see him in the Super Bowl, niggas is going to be like, all right, bro, Lamar, you ain't that nigga that we thought you were. You're still a Hall of Famer, but that's it.
Yeah,
folks, keep being patient.
Yeah. Well, Harbaugh will be gone, so there won't be the excuse of it's Harbaugh's fault. That's over moving forward. And in all honesty, with how he played until that fourth quarter, I mean, it wasn't looking good for either one of them. Like, you blew a 10-0 lead. You were dominating that first quarter plus. Derrick Henry was running all over the place. And what I saw somebody say in the chat, he got 5 carries in the second half.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Yeah, and outside of probably the busted coverage was just Derrick Henry. You know, especially on that last one that he threw, it looked like they were expecting him to throw the ball, give it to Derrick Henry, and they were just all going to kind of run commit to that side, and the guy just ran past him. That's poor discipline, and you got to take care of your job, your assignment first, and let those guys just over there handle it on that side. But, Lamar did his thing, especially that fourth down throw to Isaiah Likely. I mean, that was dope. Even the scramble to get rid of the ball, even the one where he was almost sacked and threw the touchdown. All of that was really, really good. Clutch, by him. What I will say is Lamar saved himself with that performance. I know Tomlin, after seeing Harbaugh getting fired, was probably relieved that he won that game, because when Boswell missed that kick, I was like, "Oh, yep, that's it."
I thought it was, but they couldn't have blamed Tomlin on that missed kick, because it's like, bro, that's a chip shot. Extra point.
They wouldn't, but still, I'm with you. You do not lose to Shador.
Yes. That's what got that would have been brought up, because it's like you lost to Shador because you didn't want to give up the sack record.
He wasn't good in that. Yeah, it's stupid. He wasn't good in that game. So you shouldn't have lost that game, period. Over some dumb shit. Like, that made no sense. But they did, and you put yourself in that predicament. Aaron Rodgers, and then on top of that, who was Aaron Rodgers throwing to, bro? Like, he had nobody out there. Scotty Miller,
nobody.
Adam Thielen.
If it wasn't for what's his name, Awuzie slipping,
Calvin Austin,
it made this game is already over by that point. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
But my thing is, though, is I don't want to do too much of that, because it's like Lamar is always in these if games. Like, I don't want to keep doing that shit with him. Where it's just
but that had nothing to do with Lamar. He wasn't even on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally a goofball thing that happened in the game that cost.
I know, but the thing is, though, is that, like, he's always in those, whether he's on the field or not. Is that if Josh Allen threw a ball that got deflected off someone's helmet and got caught in the end zone, and they end up getting the ball back and winning the game, and Mark Andrews, all that stuff.
You're right, because when the game was over, was anyone shocked that Lamar and the Ravens ended up losing that game?
Like, no one was shocked, bro. He's always in the game.
Because that's the way. If they're gonna lose, that's how they're gonna lose.
It's just like, all right.
Yep.
Lamar walked off the field like, all right, come on. All right.
Man, hey, Shelton, you underwater, my boy.
Yeah, Sheldon, you got that goddamn pixelated ass Wi-Fi now. What?
Bro.
Man, Lamar was so ready to run on the field, bro. When he saw that he get that kick, Lamar took off and stopped immediately. He just couldn't believe they lost. That guy missed.
Bruh,
that kicker said. Luke said he knew he missed it as soon as he touched the football.
he knew he missed it once they got into formation. He was like, nigga, I just got off the bus from college, nigga. You want me to win what?
But the thing is, though, is that anyone notice how they jinxed him? Because as soon as any announcer starts talking about how
hyping him up, bro.
Oh, he was like,
this is a guy that they interviewed
the most accurate ever.
And then they always do that, right? And the very next play, what he missed it, like immediately, like that's what happens.
They were hyping him all the way up, man.
The Ravens interviewed him personally, and everyone seems to be like doing this thing where like, I bet they missed Justin Tucker. Now Justin Tucker was missing shit too before he got even before he caught that case. Like nah, like they've been having bad kickers.
The only people missing Justin Tucker is the massage spa parlors who don't get a repeat customer no more.
Yeah, he was. He should have kept some other stuff tucked. But anyway.
Damn, kid.
Hey, real talk.
We back, y'all. But
Justin Tucker.
Anyway, let's move on, man, to our weekly picks.
Yeah.
So let's get into that. But it was a good football game, man. It was a good football game. Yeah, they came through. We're back for another week of our weekly picks with our last episode marking the end of our regular season selections. The top performers for those picks were FIFO and Shelton, who both went 4-0. So let's see who will lead the pack into the wild card weekend. As you see, the record is up there. I have one seat. I thought I took the lead, but never mind. Lead and losing. No, lead and losing. Anyway,
Sheldon be using Wikipedia and shit like that.
Sheldon stay going with the favorite home team, bro.
They're gonna take no chance.
I go with winners, Nick. Keep it right.
Nick Sheldon Mike.
Yeah, but I say
you need to leave and come back in. You need to drop off and come back.
He said you need to leave.
You need to leave.
He gambled more on his Wi-Fi than he do his picks.
And they gamble with that hotspot every week. Want to come in here and take the safe pick.
He's trying to get Skinamax.
Hey, boy, he got some kid in a van driving around like Stranger Things.
No remote antenna.
trying to get free OnlyFans accounts and shit.
Oh shit!
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into the picks, and then we have Spice Power Rankings coming up right after this. We'll start with Green Bay, Chicago.
Wow, I didn't miss my shit again. Okay, fuck Chicago.
Why? Just why? Both of you. I know FIFO's answer, but why?
Jordan Love sucks, but that's why.
All right, bro.
Jordan Love is terrible.
He's made the playoffs every year. He's been a starter.
That's your final answer? I think Green Bay too banged up. I was asking, is that your final answer, Q?
Yeah, my final answer is Chicago.
They too hurt to beat.
This is a rematch. I think the Packers want some payback.
Lou, why you pick the Packers if you think they too banged up?
I think the Packers are going to. I picked them to win the Super Bowl, so I got to stick to the script.
Yeah, he got to pick with that terrible ass pick.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Buffalo, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. I just want to give mine an
There we go.
Oh shit!
Damn, kid. What's wrong? Hey! Why you picking the Great White Hype over there, kid?
They both the Great White Hype.
No. But Josh Allen has proven that he is worth the hype,
and he's also proven that he can mess up in big moments. Man, I don't know, man. It feels like Liam Cohen may got something going on in Jacksonville.
Nobody believe
they've been playing really good, Ken. Look, I will say this. I think Jacksonville is playing better football going into the playoffs than the Bills are right now. And because of that, and because of how, Sunshine over there has been balling. Like, he's been balling this season. Let's just be honest. Hey, Nick, what you like to say? Let's call a bean, or let's keep it a bean. Hey, bro, Sunshine was balling this year, bro.
Trevor Lawrence gonna let us down. Now that I see all these picks, I know he's gonna let us down.
I believe in Caitlin Clark. Fuck that.
Well, I will say this.
Damn, that's crazy.
The Jaguars have an underrated defense, and Buffalo has nobody throwing. Like we talked about Pittsburgh. At least they got a DK. I don't know who the hell the Bills got. That's my only reason is that eventually this credit card bill is gonna come due. They can't just keep getting away with Josh Allen. And I think Jacksonville just has too much talent. That's one reason why I'm going with them. I don't really believe in Trevor Lawrence, but I just believe in the team overall is better than the Bills, even though the Bills have a great run game.
So we all believe that the Bills don't really have that much help, right? Like Josh Allen. Okay, all right, cool. So
San Francisco, Philly.
Bro, this is the hardest pick of the week for me.
It wasn't for me.
This is a hard pick, yo.
This was easy.
No, I'm gonna be so real with you, bro. Our offense is absolutely atrocious. Like, it is absolutely atrocious, and I don't believe in just magically turning shit on when you haven't shown anything throughout the year of putting together two halves. And you're going against Kyle Shanahan, who I think is in a similar bag as Ben Johnson, who put belt to ass against us in Philadelphia with a lot of motion in that offense. I can see anybody picking the 49ers. I'm going to go with the Eagles just because, I'm there, but I'm not confident at all.
My thing with this is that Brock Purdy has been playing really well. Damn near up to the contract that he signed. I think what I'm going on is that I think Brock Purdy is going to outplay Jalen Hurts. Like, I think this is a game where Jalen Hurts has to show up. Every other game, he didn't really have to. And granted, San Francisco doesn't have – they still got C-Mac, and I think they still got Kittle.
I like Jennings a little bit.
Yeah, but, I just think that for San Francisco to have these many injuries on defense, it actually helps them in this game because offensively, Philly is not going to do anything crazy. We've seen 17 weeks of it. So I think that'll be fine, but I think Brock Purdy is going to be the difference maker.
Look, I pick. Hold on, real quick. I pick San Fran, but San Fran is vulnerable for all of the reasons you just said, Nick. Like, obviously, we know the defensive injuries that they have, but I can't remember what game. But it was a game they got out physicaled and they gave up a lot of rushing yards. And
you talking about the Seattle game?
The Seattle game, yeah. Charbonnet and Walker ran all over them boys. So obviously, the Eagles have as good of an O-line, or maybe slightly less than what the Seahawks have. And Saquon, I'll take him over either one of those backs.
But they haven't run the ball great at all this year, though.
I understand. But we know, especially when it comes to playoff football, right? Like what's the saying? It's a copycat league. If these type of things was working against them, why would we not implement them when we have arguably the most dynamic back in the league?
But also,
I think the Eagles intentionally lost that game so they can get this matchup.
Yep. And it's gonna bite them in their ass because 49ers can beat them.
It's a lot of conspiracy theories with the Eagles.
I don't know about
that. Y'all try to lose that game. They definitely did that, and it's gonna bite them in their ass because
I don't think we did that.
Kyle Shanahan is gonna be more points than the Eagles offense that we've seen for the last since y'all been in the Super Bowl.
If we had the 2 seed, we would be at home the entire playoff.
Exactly.
There's no. This is
incentive. Yeah.
Like, who would y'all have to play first round though?
I think we would have to play Chicago or some shit.
No, Green
Bay. No, you got to play Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay.
Yeah,
they don't want to play Green Bay.
I don't want to do that.
Why not?
Nah, but then
Trevon Diggs would be scary.
It wasn't guaranteed that Chicago was going to lose either way. Anyway.
But Chicago tried to lose as well. Both teams were trying to avoid that matchup to get to this matchup.
Well, Chicago already got their ass busted by San Francisco. My thing, that's the reason why I feel that I believe in San Fran is because even with the shitty defense, they could put points on the board. I think they are like one of the highest scoring offenses in the league this year, if I'm not mistaken, or at least what I've seen is that they can put points on the board. So if Philly wants to shoot out, that's what I'm saying. This is going to have to be a Jalen Hurts versus Brock Purdy thing because Kyle Shanahan's going to be like, I don't give a fuck about what that defense does. We got to put up 25 plus to beat.
they people are saying that, but 49ers didn't really play anybody at the end of the year, bro. Like outside of Chicago and Seattle, like they were playing, Tennessee, they faced Falcons. Like they weren't playing anybody to put those points up.
They faced two high end playoff teams in their own division all season, like 4 times. They faced the Rams twice and they faced Seattle twice. So to me, that's more than what most teams face. Shit, that's more than what the Patriots faced. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think that helped them understand, like, this is what we do best. This is where our weaknesses is. We know what Philly is not that high-powered offense like it was last season. So if they can keep Philly under 20 and score 25, I think that's the game plan.
Still think we got the best defense in the conference. So.
Yeah. And I think San Fran's defense is vulnerable enough for Philly. And I'm not rooting for Philly, if I'm being honest with you. But I don't think –
I just don't see Philly throwing up – I don't see Philly throwing up 25 plus.
I think Shanahan
I see Philly playing at home, though.
I think Shanahan will call a good enough game to beat y'all because y'all offense is not going to be – if he's calling a good game, y'all can't keep up with him. Y'all defense is good, but if Shanahan is in his bag, y'all going to have a hard time trying to stay up with him.
The X factor here is Purdy and turning the ball over. If we put Purdy on his ass and we get the ball within,
Carter is rushing the passer if y'all defensive line is being as disruptive as y'all have been yet, so
I don't think so.
Bro, I'm looking at the 49ers schedule. When they actually play people, they got their ass beat. Like all their wins are coming against
injuries.
The Giants,
but they also
Cardinals,
but Purdy.
Browns.
Look at the games Purdy started because Purdy didn't come in until late in the season.
Again, and that's what I'm saying. The end of their schedule, they were playing all these sorry ass teams, bro. Like when they played the Rams and they played the Texans and they played the Jaguars, they lost those games. Seattle, like they lost those games, bro. Defense is very much trash. I don't know if Philly can't get anything done against this defense. It's time to tear it apart, bro.
1,000,000%. And that's the reason why I picked the 49ers, Nick. I agree with you. I just don't see the Eagles putting up the requisite points to outscore them. I just don't see it. I haven't seen it all year. I don't give a damn that 49ers ain't played nobody at the end of the season. We know, and I'm glad that you – so, Nick, how you feel about Kyle Shanahan now? Like, have you turned the corner like you did with Ben Johnson, or you still –
I still feel the same way about Kyle Shanahan.
Which is?
I think he could get you there, but I don't think he can get you over the hump. So that's why this game don't mean shit to me. I just think that between the two, I believe in one side of the ball more than the other.
You don't think beating the defending Super Bowl champions in this round means anything?
Not the way the defending Super Bowl champions have been playing all season.
Oh, see, that's.
I'm just saying. No, I'm not because and shit. I want to get your takes on it, bro. I have not seen this offense look good. Damn near 15 out of the 17 weeks. So for me, I'm talking about the Eagles. Oh. For me, that's what my thing is like, why would I knew eventually this team is going to have to rely on Jalen Hurts to win the game. And I think this is the game for that. If Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy are going throw for throw, I'm choosing Purdy because I've seen him put up more points, even in his short span of this season.
Kyle Shanahan, though. Like that speaks to Kyle Shanahan when you have this defense from this super team that the Eagles have, and they roll.
I never said Kyle Shanahan's not a bad. I didn't say he's a bad coach. I think he's a really good coach.
What I'm saying is, it puts a notch in his belt if he's able to win this game because you have a team that's assembled like the Eagles, and he's hurt. He got like all these things battling against him. If he can win this playoff game, that's another notch in his belt to who he is.
A notch on his belt. A notch on his belt is win the Super Bowl. Win the Super Bowl.
Is this a successful season for Kyle Shanahan? Yes or no?
If they win this game, yes.
So just making it to the playoffs wasn't success based off of what they had to deal with?
Based off his resume, getting to the playoffs is a floor for him. It's not a ceiling.
I think
with a backup QB for like 6 weeks,
he's been dealing with bump QBs his whole fucking tenure in San Francisco.
We ain't got to do it because I agree with Nick, but it's like we ain't got to do all that.
Yeah, he went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. You think I'm gonna give him praise for going to the playoffs with Mac Jones?
Regardless,
out of here.
Regardless, I think.
Thank you, because it wasn't just a quarterback, bro. All of your big players on defense is gone.
Big whoop! It's the NFL. Teams get hurt all the time, nigga.
What you're saying?
And in San Francisco, they deal with injuries all the fucking every year. They have the worst medical staff in NFL history. Sheldon, you should know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The Ravens do.
Sheldon, do you want to talk about what do you? I picked the Eagles. I'm not confident. Do you want to talk about? Are we gonna put together two halves here? Is this gonna be a defensive game?
I was gonna say I picked the Eagles too, and I do agree with you, Q. It's the Eagles against the Eagles, though, in my opinion, because you take the defense is gonna show up. We know what the defense is because we know what Vic Fangio can do. But we have no idea what Kevin Patullo is gonna call from half to half. We know he.
What about Nick Sirianni? He's supposed to be. You got to talk about him too.
He's definitely the head of the snake, so it's on him too. But if he's letting KP call the plays and he's not interfering and getting involved, it's really not much you can do. But we've seen it. We saw it Sunday. You know, it's play calling. We don't know. KP don't know what he's doing. He's got to be out of there this year. Regardless, this has to be his last year coaching. But that's why I understand exactly where Q is coming from. I do think the Eagles have a lot more talent on both sides of the ball. I think the defense is playing at a remarkable level. And more than anything right now, all the Eagles are healthy. So I think that's going to be the difference.
Yeah.
All right. Houston Steelers.
Pittsburgh, man. Pittsburgh. Ride with the bird. Ride with the bird.
God.
I hope y'all
So
right.
my only thing is this, right? I like the Pittsburgh story. I think A-Rod showed a lot of moxie and why he is a Hall of Fame quarterback in the last game, especially without DK and, you know, the wide receiving core and all of that. And he still got wheels for the 42-year-old. But them Texans got bookends, man.
Yeah, they do.
Them Texans got bookends. And if we was talking younger A-Rod, I'd pick A-Rod. Older A-Rod, I don't see him overcoming the defense. Now, here's the thing. I don't believe in the Texans offensively. Mm-hmm. So that's where my question mark lies.
The defensive game.
But I believe in that Texans defense that it's going to be extremely hard for A-Rod to overcome. Like I don't see it. I don't see how he plays a good enough game, even in a clutch situation where they don't hit him. They don't run him down. Like Danielle Hunter, and first of all, Danielle is older, but we know he's athletic. And Will Anderson's only been in the league 2-3 years, bro.
Look at what Will did against Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's an athletic runner. You think, and these days, Aaron Rodgers he'll lay down like Joe Burrow did for the bounce.
He ran out of bounds. He tried to outrun one of them dudes. He just said, "Fuck it." He ran out of bounds.
I think the Texans, I like Stroud. I think he came on late in the season. We've given him a lot of slack because it ain't as flashy as we want it to be as far as being a star quarterback, but I think he can get the job done, especially against Aaron Rodgers and this Steelers defense who ain't been holding up all season. I think that defense from the Texans is amazing, the secondary especially, but like y'all was saying with Will Anderson and the people that have rushing the passer, the front seven, like the Texans, in all honesty, I think are the team that's going to be able to make the run. And that's why I picked them in this. I think that they may be able to go straight through and get to the AFC Championship game or even the Super Bowl.
You saying way too much now, bro. Just pick we asking for one game, nigga. That's
right. So that's what I'm saying. So if Mike Tomlin beats his team, what does that say about him?
Oh man, that puts him, for me, Q, that put him way up there. He's already up there on my list, but that puts him in the upper echelon. Because this, to me, Aaron Rodgers is gonna get a lot of credit for this stuff, but to me, I mean, it's a team effort, and they putting together as a whole. And Mike Tomlin deserves the majority of that credit, if you ask me.
They can only win this game if it's like 18-16, some ugly ass score.
I think it's gonna be that though, because CJ
Texans not gonna put up. I mean, the Steelers not gonna put up 30 points.
Wouldn't it be the funniest thing if they do though? I just feel like we're gonna get something.
Somebody's gonna open it.
I feel like it's more likely the Texans to put up 30 than the Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Pittsburgh defense is shitball.
Yeah, you're not putting up 30 on that Texans defense right now. That's what's carrying that team, and they got hot at the right time. This team is supremely confident, and you got a head coach that's competent, knowing what's going on, and got them motivated. That's the biggest factor that you can have going into a game like this. And you got them young guns attacking the quarterback the way they do. It's gonna be tough, and you got to get the ball out quick if you're Pittsburgh. You're gonna have to utilize them tight ends you got. They got to get them the ball. You got to get DK the ball short, and he's gonna have to, they're gonna have to get a lot of rack yards. But and those running backs, you're going to have to use your running backs more than you ever have this season. But more than anything, it's going to be a grind out game, and you got to keep the scoring low because if you put up points.
You know, Sheldon, this should be Mike Tomlin's best Belichick impression game, in my personal opinion, because you got the old QB who can make probably top 10 percentile throws still. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of can you win the turnover differential?
Bingo.
Can you get short field with your defense? And I think that if you stress those things, you got your James White kind of running back, scat back type of guys. You got the big wide receiver who's imposing, kind of not saying he's Gronk, but Gronk is going to get you the one-on-ones that you want. So Stingley's going to get you the one-on-one. And then everything else is you got to win those. You got to win those with Calvin Austin. You got to win those with MVS. And you got to get in field goal range because that's going to help you in the fourth quarter when it's tight, when it's 16-13, all those small, dink and dunks. That's what's going to get you to the finish line if you're the Steelers and you want to be in that type of heavyweight fight. You don't want this to become a sling it down the field, like because then you're going to lose the game.
Hey Ken, they call this the Chitlin Circuit Bowl.
Hey,
that's it.
I was thinking Kool-Aid, but yeah, that works.
That is it.
If the Steelers get blown out, Tomlin stays. Tomlin leaves.
Yes.
Now
stays for sure.
He can
play out his contract. He gonna play out his contract.
Yeah, he can stay. I think that Pittsburgh is proven to be, loyal if nothing else. So they're gonna let him stay as long as he wants to stay.
And DK owes them a game of his life because doing that shit to that fan, regardless of what he said, I know it is what it is, but he should have got his LeBron James on, brought the ref over, and pointed him out. But you cost your team 2 games. They needed you in that Cleveland game. You lost it, so you need to come back with 130, 1 touchdown, and a crazy bomb.
So my question:
MVS dropped those 2 passes that could have won that Browns game.
We wouldn't even be here about Baltimore.
Yeah. I'm saying throwing it to MVS though was the dumbest thing in the world to me because we know
Gainwell was wide open. Gainwell was wide open.
Well, you know the reason why they threw the MVS. But let me ask y'all this: regardless of a win or loss, does Tomlin want to stay in Pittsburgh at this point?
That's the question.
Because looking at the future, because if you look at the future, right, like. Outside of DK Metcalf, what other elite talent do you have on the offense? There is none. Not elite. Like you can convince me on some good players, but there's no elite players. You don't have a plan for quarterback. Running back, I like number 30. He showed a little something, but is he a premier back in the league? No. You don't have a number 2 wide receiver. I do like Freiermuth. I think Freiermuth can move up into an elite level tight end. Defensively, of course, Cameron Hayward old as hell. JJ Watt is only getting older. Jalen Ramsey is beyond the hill, in my opinion. What is there futuristically to look at, and what is the plan? Because we haven't seen it in the last 5 years. We haven't seen okay, this is how we're going to rebuild. We're going to rebuild the O-line or the D-line, or we're going to go get weapons, or we're going to go get our quarter. Like they don't have a plan. So outside of having longevity and having financial security, what's the reason for Tomlin to come back?
I think he's had more say. Yeah, and I think he's had more say on the roster than most people because that's why in the offseason they were waiting for Aaron Rodgers. Even the GM was speaking as if it was like Tomlin's decision to go with Aaron Rodgers and wait for him. So, I mean, he's kind of put himself in this situation, and so I'm not really going to be here feeling sorry for him per se. I don't think I'm not also going to be a person that's saying he needs to go, like a lot of Steelers fans have been saying, because there's not you get rid of him. What are you moving towards? But if he leaves, it'd be weird as hell to see all 3 AFC North coaches go, except for the one that deserves to go. So
that's funny.
I ain't gonna listen to that.
All right, let's get to the Bengals game next.
Power rankings, Spike. You up, right?
No.
Okay.
It's basketball season. It was supposed to be.
We do this every week.
I confirm with Jalen.
Yeah, he confirmed me today. Football season ain't over.
Wait,
This nigga made it
no
seem like
more,
it's over.
there's no more games this weekend.
No, that's it.
Well, we got the the Rams Panthers game. That was it.
Yeah, about that.
Oh yeah.
So you know what that means? You know what that means? Bryce Young got the game of his
Bryce
life.
Young gonna ball out.
Hey, bro, I'm going Carolina, bro.
Bryce Young
I'm going Carolina.
You said it, Q.
Y'all hype off them trash ass Rams. We not vibing,
Listen,
bro.
hey,
Out of here,
Q.
But Q, they're better than the fucking Panthers, though,
Yeah.
bro. I'm not
Even the Rams, not all that.
Beat them, people.
They lost them this year. They lost them to this year.
The
Though.
Panthers beat the Rams.
bro.
Look. First off, I expect Shelton to put up a shield right now in this.
No, I ain't got no shield. I ain't got nothing on this.
You know you're gonna be Captain America in this one, so I feel you. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, and I love the feel good story of the Carolina Panthers, and I love that Bryce Young has removed the bus from his name. You know what I'm saying?
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
He's a bust though. Y'all think he's still a bust?
He's not.
I don't.
Bro,
I don't
he has pockets of good games, and that's it. And the pockets of good games.
I don't think he's a bust though.
He's not a bust at all.
Bust don't make it to the
You can't be
to the playoffs.
He
Bust don't make it to the playoffs, bro. Bust don't win the division. And I understand though, Ken. I don't disagree.
Nope, I'm not having a conversation. I'm letting it go.
I didn't say he was elite. I'm not saying he's elite. I just don't think he's a bust. Bust don't do what he did.
This nigga plays in my division. I am telling you. I've seen this nigga play. He plays in my division. He's a bust, bro.
Let me ask you this.
He's not the reason they're winning.
Okay. That could be your opinion. Who's the best quarterback in the NFC South?
Shit, y'all.
Baker. It's Baker. Who's number two? Who's number two?
Penix?
Of course you would say that. Of course you would say that.
He
has the ball.
He better than Bryce at this point.
They're on the same level to me.
Who won the division, bro?
They're on the same level. But all that being said,
who needed niggas to lose to win the division?
Forget all that. Let's be honest. Is the Rams just not a better team than the Panthers? Are they just not?
That's when they play.
You see
why they're going to win this game.
Yeah, you see why we selected.
Yeah.
But whenever we do this, I'm just saying that usually
Q helped us out because he didn't pick them.
Carolina.
Yeah, so now the Rams gonna win. But people,
Bryce
you cannot say that they played head to head and Carolina beat them.
Bryce about to ball out.
Wasn't it in Carolina too?
It was in Carolina.
But that doesn't mean that they're a better team though. Top to bottom.
It don't matter.
Talent evaluation.
Don't matter.
I understand.
This is the first game of the playoff season. You know this is gonna be a wash.
It don't matter, man. The Falcons just snatched their chain too.
Hey, don't bring up that team. Don't bring up that team.
The Falcons just snatched
not until
their
next
chain,
season, bro.
Hey, they're first place team in the NFC South.
They just bro, they was hyping all that Stafford MVP shit, man. Shout out Drake May, bro. Get out of here with that.
This is the first year I can give a fuck about MVP. I don't care if Drake May win it or Stafford.
There really is no MVP to me.
I don't. Yeah, to me this year is I don't care.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
There is no.
Shout out Drake May.
Damn.
I'm only picking the Chargers because of Harbaugh. Outside of that, bro, if Harbaugh was not the coach, I'm picking the Pats.
The Chargers are terrible. Didn't I see a stat that say they're like ranked at the bottom of offensive?
That's terrible.
They got a top 10 defense though.
Nick, we turned the ball over 7 times against the Chargers. We almost won the game. Like it's just like, come on, man. Like
the Pats terrible though. The Pats not good.
Nah,
they
bro,
nobody.
They got dark Stephon Diggs in there.
The Chargers are nobody.
The Pats are not terrible, bro.
They got demons.
Stephon Diggs gonna play. I didn't even look at that. Is he playing?
I don't know. He might have chef something up.
He might have chef something up.
Hey, it's all allegedly. It's all allegedly right now, Sheldon.
Hey, Sheldon, I heard he beat whatever sickness he was under.
That whole family, man. Something ain't right, bro.
Yeah, it was a rough couple weeks.
Again, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think the Pats are trash. I just think they haven't really played anybody. But the thing is, though, Drake May is young and he don't know no better, so he could still treat this like
coach. Harbaugh.
I picked him. That's what I'm saying. If it wasn't for Harbaugh, I wouldn't pick him. But I'm just saying, like, if the Pats win, it wouldn't be surprising because Herbert is. I didn't trust him with 2 hands, let alone 1 hand.
Well then,
Jesus.
That was all right.
Y'all can't. We ain't doing that. Nigga. He literally got a broken hand. What are y'all talking
I don't
about?
trust her with 2 hands. Okay.
Hey, just take it easy, Nick. Just take it easy.
Y'all sick.
What y'all been doing? But okay.
Y'all some damn Neanderthals, bro.
They need 10 fingers on it. Like,
You don't need no but 8 fingers.
he said only got 5-finger discount.
All right, man. Super chats, bro. Every time that 11 o'clock hour hit,
That's what I'm saying.
crazy.
It's childish as fuck.
It's the witching hour.
Yeah. Tweets open doors for the 2 fans of teams that again failed to make the playoffs. What are your season takeaways, and what's one thing that must improve?
Who are you talking to? Man?
Extend Zach Taylor. Extend Eberflus.
Extend Eberflus?
The Bengals are gonna run it back with Taylor, so it don't matter.
Get rid of Eberflus, like they said.
He got fired.
Yeah,
he's out.
Get him out of there. Resign Aubrey. Pickens can go on his way and build in the draft.
What does Drake have to do with your team getting better?
Who is Drake? What are you talking about?
You said resign Aubrey. What's Drake got to do with your team getting better?
Aubrey the kicker.
I think the Bengals defensive coordinator will be a little bit better this next season because he kind of got better as the season went on. But outside of that, bro, they running everything back, so it don't really matter what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, you know.
The Giants can get Harbaugh though. Kyle said that he'll pick him up at the airport.
I forgot you got like 5 teams.
I'm trying to understand why they act like Harbaugh won something lately. He ain't done nothing lately. Why they act like
that's because it's Lamar's fault.
He'll be the best coach. He'll be the best coach the Giants had in a while.
But we them boys, Ravens need to reset. Agree with the Harbaugh fire. And what you got, Jalen?
Now, Mr. Colbert, I was quiet because the Saints trash ass missed the playoffs too. I'm confident. I told Nick this in the group, nigga. I'm confident about where we at, bro. Like I believe we can win a division next year. Like
that's our quarterback.
I'm very confident. Yeah, he gonna make it work from now.
I trust.
I need to see a second year. I'm not just gonna go off the first year. I need to see a second year.
I'll trust.
You know, he only got about 2 more years left in the league. He's 34 years old.
Yeah, I'm about to say I trust Tyler Darden, whatever the nigga name from Fight Club, more than that.
Tyler Darden.
I trust
Chuck is good though. I think he might be able to
give me Tyler the Creator.
Hey, listen, I ain't paying Nick no mind when he got Zach Taylor back at his.
Hey, he was
coach.
He was.
He happy about
defense back too. Oh God, I ain't gotta hear nothing Nick gotta say. Everything coming back next year. I ain't listening to nothing he gotta say.
Would y'all trade Crosby for more picks?
Yes, he's wasting his time.
Absolutely.
He's wasting his time.
Trade high.
Yep.
Send him to Philadelphia right now. Send him to Philadelphia.
I saw on Gil's Arena today. What the fuck is that cornerback name? I can't think of his name, but he was talking about not Asante. I can't think of his name. But anyway, he was like, he believes that whenever you turn around a team, you start with the quarterback. I don't disagree. I saw ESPN today. They were talking about, the Raiders don't have this. Obviously, Ashton Genty couldn't get off. I don't disagree. But if you got the number 1 pick, you got to go take that quarterback. And then you go trade Crosby and go get more picks to fill out that roster. Because as good as Crosby is, he's not going to be the difference between W's and L's. He's just not. Because he don't have enough help. So just like they did with the Chargers some years ago with when he got traded to the Bears, Khalil Mack, do the same thing, bro. Just go get as many picks as you can and fill out this roster.
I don't know if you just
saw the Browns. We just saw the Browns. Myles Garrett break the sack record, and they got 5 games won. Trade the shit out of Max Crosby.
But I don't know, man. That division they in, and then you don't just go get any quarterback. You in a division with Herbert, Mahomes, and Bo. Whenever he do show up,
Mahomes ain't gonna be there next year.
Y'all talking about 1 year?
I'm saying that's all I need to get my track to get my runway built. I need a good, solid, young quarterback to come in next year. If Max
Crosby in the draft this year,
trading, maybe to do the Indiana.
Y'all need to quit talking about this Indiana nigga. Like
he ain't in the quarterback ain't in the draft this year, bro.
Yeah.
No, you just chalk it up another year, bro. You just chalk it up another year.
Trade out of that.
Speaking of Mendozans, Us Ravens fans are celebrating the firing of Harbaugh like the Venezuelans were celebrating the capture of Maduro.
Damn.
They happy as
Free
hell,
that
bro.
nigga, man. That shit crazy.
Damn, that's
What's
crazy.
crazy? They celebrating when we all know USA about to go in there and steal all their resources.
Yeah, every damn time, bro.
They Trojan horse this whole thing.
About to leave that cupboard bare.
All the Negroes had a different reaction. This is pretty hilarious.
They celebrating like they're white. Okay, y'all.
They had the cuz in a damn locked up like Sharon Moore.
Hey man, free that man. Go
ahead. B Green, people are going to shoot LJ Bell. He had 67 yards and 1 touchdown, 1 interception of 3 quarters. He's great enough for us, but need a big piece of the blame pie.
He deserves a piece, but not a big piece, bro.
Yeah. They almost won that game off him.
I agree that he deserves a piece, but now this is going to be the bet that he makes because he's going to pick his coach.
Herb and Bob, little b-ball question real quick. Is the Eastern Conference the weakest it's ever been? Detroit has a serious case of making the finals.
No, I don't think it's the weakest it's ever been.
Is it the weakest it's ever been? No, it was mad weak after I think LeBron left.
Yeah, it was one of the LeBron years where he left Cleveland the first time.
I guess if you're talking about depth, though, you could say it's kind of weak because you don't have that many teams. You got the top dwellers, and then you got.
I don't know. It's. I mean, you got Philly, who looks good. New York, the Knicks, Detroit, Boston is still good.
Boston's.
We're not saying I'm looking good and really competing for a championship is what I would assume what he's talking about. So it's top heavy.
Yeah.
How many teams are competing for a championship in the West? There's only like 2.
Denver,
what 2?
OKC, Spurs.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah,
Denver, and OKC. Everybody else is.
Spurs are competing
for no damn title. Bro. They couldn't even win the NBA Cup.
That's fine, but they beat the best team in the league 3 times in a row. What is you talking about?
Yeah.
What is you talking about?
I'm not sleeping on Houston either, bro.
You got Wimby on the minutes restriction then too, Nick.
I think
look, to hurry up and
that's because he's fragile. It's even worse.
Whatever, Nick. I do think this, especially like in the Eastern Conference, it's devoid of household names. But I think this season this is the opportunity for Cade to become the household name for kids to want to be like Cade Cunningham. I think the only team that has somewhat household names, and to me is questionable, is New York. You know what I'm saying? Like Brunson is nice, but is he truly a household name? I don't think he's done it in the playoffs long enough. He could get that now. Cat, he too sweet. He'll never be a household name.
You keep on hating on the Knicks, bro. Brunson been balling since he left Dallas. He been balling.
Nick, is he a household name though?
Yes, Brun is a household name.
He's not in your house.
He is though. No, he is.
I'm in the
the best player. He's the best player on the Knicks team, and the Knicks are a nationally franchise.
New York,
team,
New York.
Yeah, so people know Jalen Brunson.
New York. It's New York.
Yeah, he benefit from the market.
Facts.
Thank you. You benefit from the market, but
like most teams,
I don't think he's a household name. When was the last time you see Brunson in a commercial?
I just saw him.
He was on the State Farm one too.
Yeah, I saw him.
Who cares about Jalen Brunson? If Sam presses that red button, OKC can get way more scary with the picks they have and trade value on the team. They can get another big player.
I just said,
They waiting on.
They're scared, man. They don't want to piss them young players off. They got all this unity going where they do these interviews together. They scared to blow that shit up. They not gonna do it. Sam Presti.
Nah, that ain't it. That nigga just trying to see. No, it ain't. I think Sam Presti just wait. He's just waiting. Like there's no need to push the button right now. You can obviously watch everybody else make moves too. You don't have to press the button. Like nigga, I got the big joker, nigga. I have the big joker. I can wait for everybody to do whatever the fuck they want to do, and then I hit the button. Ain't no need for me to do nothing right now.
And you know, let's see where the dust settles with OKC in terms of the draft, because they potentially can have 2 top 10 picks adding to this fucking ridiculously young core already. And we're talking about like this draft has guys, multiple guys, like athletic freak guys. You know what I'm saying? That'll come in.
You wouldn't be pissed if somebody got Giannis over you and you had the chance.
Nah.
OKC.
Nah.
It's no package nobody else can really put together that he can't beat. He can wait and see
Right.
what the niggas offer before I
You're
give
right.
him the package.
You're right.
They'll call him before they do
what
the
if
deal.
somebody else put the package together and you
That's
didn't
fine.
capitalize on it?
Milwaukee is gonna call him and make sure they get the best offer for Giannis. They give it up Giannis, bro. So like he had the big joker, dog. He can sit there and
not gonna not call him.
I mean, all of it is contingent on how they view Chet's ceiling, really. You know what I'm saying? Which
Chet got read up, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, but you can move him.
Chet got read up.
No.
I'm not saying that you can't move him. You know, I'm a big proponent of moving assets, right? The reason why I'm saying that Chet got paid is you're not going to, the way that the NBA is now with these aprons and shit, you're gonna have to build the team differently.
Quickly.
And OKC is prime for that new generation of how you got to build your team and sustain your team. So I'm gonna just wait, because I know Ken he went off and he hates Sam Presti, but Sam Presti is the best GM of our generation. We've never seen somebody do what he's doing, and I think he's on the front end of what the NBA is turning into. So I say let's just wait, like Jalen, and let's see what happens. If he wants to press the button and make a move, it'll be in the offseason. I don't think he's doing it at the trade deadline. Why tinker with this team at the trade deadline? It makes no sense.
I feel that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
trash.
I'm gonna push back against you. Say the best of our generation. I think the tree he came from.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
San Antonio.
The San Antonio, yeah, the San Antonio tree. But I'm just saying, individual GM.
I get you. I get you.
I don't know who I put above him for this generation.
Stephen A. Smith, how would you rank the rookie QBs this year, including Jalen's boy may have sneaked up to the top spot to end the season?
Yeah, Nick.
To give me Jackson Dart, I don't give a fuck about whatever the fuck that nigga name.
Nobody was impressive besides. I mean,
Tyler Smith.
Hey,
who was impressive?
Hey,
Tyler Show has been very impressive. If we're taking the last 4 weeks
nobody
of
on
the
the
season,
Saints team. Yeah, the Saints are terrible. For him to come in as a rookie and do what he's done.
Oh, you mean Tyler Show? Okay, you said Tyler Smith.
Yeah, I was bullshit. But yeah,
it's
for him to come
by
in
the way,
and win
but y'all continue.
Yeah, we can shoot this question if that's what you want to do, nigga.
For him to
He
come
better
in
than
and
Dart.
win
Dart ain't
games
gonna be at the
on that
next
Saints
season.
team, because the Giants had a lot more talent than Dart had. Than Spliff had down in New Orleans. But Spliff, he looked good in every moment. He did everything that you would ask a quarterback to do in the situations that you want him to do. He slicked the offensive rookie of the year.
Offensively, Dart he ain't had all his talent got hurt. What are you talking about? He only had scatterable and neighbors.
He was playing running back.
He had to run. Yeah, he had to run the ball.
Yeah, it's on him the reason he was out those games. At least Shuck know how to stay in games.
Okay, and he was running the ball too.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Year 2, we
like the MVP.
We gonna put the stats up together. Year 2,
it's like the MVP. They're all the same to me. Right,
there wasn't no other good rookie QBs though. I mean, Shador did okay. Gabriel did okay.
Shador did not do okay.
Shador did not do okay.
Let's not lie. Let's not lie.
He did okay.
The vendetta against Shador is insane.
Ain't no vendetta, nigga. Ain't no, because we know what he do good. Y'all come up here gassing. Y'all ain't saying shit about Shador.
It's been radio solid, bro.
I've been the middle ground for y'all, and I'm with them. Listen, we've got enough information to know he has not been good. Okay, no,
win 3 games with that team. You did okay. I don't care what y'all say.
I ain't trying to hear that. That's why I told y'all I do not want to judge Shador while he's on the Browns, because y'all always gonna have excuses.
Hold on, niggas went crazy when Tyler Shuck went ahead of him. Now, so he should have had a better season than Tyler Shuck, and he had more than Tyler Shuck on his team. So I ain't trying to hear that. Don't come in and tell us he ain't had nobody.
You can't. First of all, you know you can't do that because they were not under the same circumstances. They did not get the same training. They did not get the same coaching.
Shador would have had y'all in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shador would have had y'all in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
If y'all had Shador, y'all would have been in the playoffs.
Let's move on.
They did not get the same. They did not get the same treatment. You know.
I ain't trying to hear this.
I'm with you. Listen, Ken. I was in the middle ground most of the year saying, "Hey, man, both of y'all right." I got enough information to be like, "Nah."
That man won 3 games with the Browns.
He did not win 3 games.
Yes, he did.
Man,
The Browns won 3 games, bro.
I love
He
my
led the
people
game-winning
because we
drive on
support our
Knicks
people
Bengals.
sometimes, but sometimes I gotta let niggas go, bro.
He led the
Niggas be
game-winning
holding
drive
on.
on Knicks Bengals in the pressure
Bruh,
situation.
the defense scored more than the offense in that game.
It don't matter. I heard you. I saw what you said.
They
stat watched it.
did.
You didn't watch the game.
They
You
They
stat
literally
watched it,
did,
bro.
Shelton.
Coming from the
They know they did, but you gotta watch the game.
coming from the stat man himself, that says a lot.
I'm not a stat man. I don't
Hey,
I don't do
hey,
that.
Sheldon,
You was just comparing Cooper Flag to some random nigga on Charlotte based off
basketball.
stats.
I ain't talking about. I'm talking about football. I ain't talking about football. Different than
We
basketball.
are not about to be arguing about Shador Sanders on midnight. Like,
You know what? That's real.
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay,
I just
so
saw him play the worst defense yesterday. He played the worst defense yesterday, so yeah.
Future's journeyman of the NFL. We ain't about to do all that, bro.
OKC still has a red button. Giannis trade. Presto, major year for Jaylen Brown, considering how much his handles used to get clown. Looks like a legit confident go-to scorer now.
No, he looks amazing, and I guess it is a salsa dancing too. So
Salute to JB, man. Presto, Harbaugh has been there since 2008. I know he's been there a while, but damn, that's a pretty long time, bro.
That was on
18, 19 years.
How long has
18.
Tomlin been there?
Around the same.
19.
I think he got there like 1 year before. I think
He was 1 year before Harbaugh.
I didn't even realize that. I don't know why I didn't realize
Michael Jackson
Harbaugh had been there that long.
Hurry up and buy. Does there need to be a convo about Josh Allen if he doesn't make at least the Super Bowl with Patty, LJ, and Burrow out?
Yes.
No.
I would have a conversation. I would have a conversation. There is
no conversation to be had.
No, he's had players before. We see that's the thing we do for these players. We make excuses, but he's had players before. It ain't like the cover's been bad the whole time he's been there. He's had opportunities before, but this is just another one for him. And now's the time to step up more than ever.
He got paid. He got paid,
Nick.
bro. What's up?
Shelton just said we make
wide
excuses
receiver.
for players. Hasn't he been making excuses for Shador this whole season?
We're not doing that.
We're not talking about Shador.
I'm sorry. My bad.
We're not talking about Shador.
No, dude, but Josh Allen, just because other guys not in it, they don't like. I don't understand that. I get
He's considered the cream of the crop, and the rest of the cream of the crop is not there. So you should be able to elevate your team to make it to that championship level.
And Q, the reason why he hadn't been making it is because of this guy or that guy.
Yeah.
That guy or this guy's not there anymore. So
I ain't gotta beat Lamar. I ain't gotta beat Burrow. All I gotta do is beat fucking Justin Herbert.
beat these youngins.
But you don't beat, bro. It's not quarterback versus quarterback though. It's quarterback versus another defense.
Don't you do that?
I've always done it. I am like king excuse maker for all athletes. Like I don't do this shit with y'all. Like, oh man, you got to do it, nigga. No, he has James Cook, and that's it. It's James Cook, and that's it. Who is it? Keon Coleman don't even play.
But look, Q, it's not quarterback versus quarterback. It's
Quarterback
how we
versus defense.
hold or how people hold Josh Allen in a regard and thinking that he's that dude. He's a game changer. He can do this by himself. He makes these ungodly plays and goes out here and does these things. Then nigga go do it in the playoffs where you ain't got to deal with Lamar. You ain't got to deal with Patrick. You ain't got to deal with nobody else. It's on you. So go do it.
I know,
if we sing these guys praises for being great and being all this and that, then they need to be able to prove it when it matters most.
I know, but nah, bro. Like he has no help besides James Cook.
He got help. And you can't say besides James Cook because James Cook
got no
player.
James Cook is the person
you're naming me one guy. You're naming me one.
He got players.
That
is all pro
players. Who are the players that he has? Players?
His line, they got a top 5 line. They got players around him.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Hey,
yeah, that's a top 5 offensive line.
Win or bust.
That is okay. That line is okay. Josh Allen, look, I get it. If we
it is win or bust though.
if we want to argue ESPN narratives, I get it, but I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing Stephen A. Smith. I'm looking at what I'm seeing.
These are real sports narratives, though.
We'll see. We'll
from
see.
Stephen A. Smith. Look, hold on. Let me get this out. No, nobody with their right mind just watching football is looking at this like, man, this Bills team is fucking stacked. This team is okay, and they have James Cook and they have Josh Allen. That is it.
Yeah, they might lose this week.
Like, come
you
on,
are
bro.
right. Nobody is looking at that Bills team and saying that, but they are looking at Josh Allen and saying that, oh, you're supposed to be one of them dudes.
He's that guy.
We expect you to put this team on your back and carry them through the playoffs, especially since you ain't got to go through Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, or Joe Burrow.
We've seen him do more with less. So there's no reason to make excuses for him now.
He can't be the reason they lose, but bro, like he don't got to go to the Super Bowl.
Hey,
all right. Well, I guess we'll revisit this conversation, if it happens. Raheem Morris would have kept his job if the Falcons didn't randomly lose against this historically bad Jets.
That's true.
team.
That's true.
Sorry, man.
That one loss cost him his job because they'd have made the playoffs.
Have you not been watching? Have y'all not been seeing the Falcons play this year?
Thank you. I was about to go in.
I'm not saying they're good, but once again, if they had won that game, they would have made the playoffs.
Yeah,
and that
don't matter. All them damn weapons they got, and you know how they have looked this year.
They got Bijan Robinson.
I was completely disappointed.
Bijan Robinson is arguably one of the best players in the league.
With you. It's just the statement he made about him keeping his job. He lost his job because he didn't make the playoffs. It wasn't that the stuff that you're saying is correct. I'm with you. There's no way this team. That's why I think this is the best job available. If you ask me, because that talent is.
What Kendrick said, we are not his savior, bro. We are not his savior. Let that nigga go.
But that team is the best. That's the most attractive job, if you ask me, because you got weapons galore on that team.
Nah, Baltimore the most attractive job right now.
Now it has more pressure. Has more pressure to win.
Yeah.
Like Baltimore is like championship or bust. Maybe not year one, but by year 2, 1,000,000%.
Right.
I do think
pressure won't be on the coach. The pressure won't be on the coach. The pressure won't be on the coach.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. The pressure will be on the coach.
And see, with the Falcons, you got the easiest road to the division winner. You that's not a hard division to win.
All right. Can the Eagles defense pull a 2015 Broncos and draft their sorry offense to the Super Bowl win?
They will have to.
It's possible.
It's just so
I think so.
It's so insane to me how we are talking about the Eagles offense like they have a Josh Allen offense, but they got all these weapons, man, and they just doing this. It's so pathetic. Pathetic as hell.
I appreciate Q because for most of the year, Q has been more balanced as an Eagles fan than the other Eagles fan on the panel. I want to say that he has finally came to the light. I appreciate that show. Came to the light, but it took a minute.
I didn't even say nothing.
I know that you know not to say nothing because you're right. So I appreciate you for that.
Ariel, the Chiefs got the 9th pick. Glad that's over with. All right.
Yeah.
Ariel, I just want the Bills to lose. Love seeing their fans down bad and homeless.
I'm with you, Ariel. I want to be wrong about this. I want them to lose too. Just so you know.
I'm like, don't get me wrong here. They fan base do look like the vampires from Sinners. So I'm not over here like looking like I want this to happen.
You sound like one of them, bitch.
I'm not. I'm like, hey man. Hey man. They all like. They look like when they.
He got bit. That's why he said that about Josh.
He said, "Man, y'all come on out here, man. It's safe, man." No, it's just,
they playing the whack ass song. They playing the whack ass song, jumping through tables and shit. Like, yeah, come join us. Like, nigga, I ain't trying to do that. I ain't jumping through no table,
bro. Them niggas got billions of dollars and be getting their fans to do the snow in the stadium is crazy.
That is crazy.
They got white slaves.
I've seen people be coming leaving their jobs to come dig up the snow and don't even have tickets to the game. I'm like, hey, you out of your mind.
Crazy.
Yeah, I wish I would be a slave.
I'm doing this for Josh Allen. That's what that one do.
I'm doing this for Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. He ain't gonna be sitting up here. Oh man, that's a brilliant idea, though.
Yeah, Ariel, the Pats being good again has reminded me of how arrogant that piece of shit fan base was and still is. F all Massachusetts sports team, even the little leagues, respectfully.
I know the little leagues.
I'm right.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Y'all seen the article with Torrey Hunter said? Torrey Hunter, the baseball player,
What
said
did he say?
he had a no trade clause to Boston for his whole career. He was like, I got called nigga so many times in Boston. There was no way I was ever going to play for the Red Sox. So you can trade me anywhere you want to, but not the Red Sox.
Yo, Boston fans really are in denial about that shit too. They're like,
now they think it's cool. They don't even know.
I've met people from Boston who don't even know what I'm talking about. They're like, what? I'm like, you really don't know people just don't like playing here? And he was just like, I never heard that in my life here. I'm like, all right, bullshit.
They don't even.
I thought they was all right when they hired Gerard Mayo till they wouldn't let him. He wouldn't even unpack his bags.
If you hear Bill Simmons talk about Gerard Mayo, you think you would think he robbed his you think he robbed his house and beat his wife.
Bro. No,
Bill Simmons.
Come on, Sheldon, man. That shit ain't cool, bro. That shit ain't cool.
I don't even want to know what he said.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh man!
Trump should have sent that Delta Force team to OKC for all them picks.
Hang it, no comment.
It's a lot of Trump. It's a lot of Trump. A lot of
politics. Appreciate you today, Ariel Smoke.
Yeah. And last one from Ariel. It's not like we've never seen a QB win a Super Bowl with practice squad receiver before, or a wide receiver core that led the league in drops. Always excuses for Allen.
Those teams had incredible defenses. Like, let's stop doing this. Like, you see what I'm saying? We're arguing narratives, but I'm not doing this shit with y'all, man. Like, it don't make sense.
Don't make no more
it's
sense.
Not an excuse. Y'all just, he white. I don't. All right, bro. Beyond he white, like, what else does he have to do to show you that he don't have no help besides a running back? Like, a running back is going to get you.
They shouldn't have told me he was Superman.
Get more praise.
They shouldn't have told me he was Superman. They told me that.
Once again, but can we not have it? Like, can y'all respond to me without saying, "Well, they be saying"? That's not an argument to me. They be saying, I don't give a fuck what ESPN says about him, bro. Talk to me about what you see. What do you see on this Bills team? Keon Coleman is too busy eating cookies to do anything. Fucking what's his name? The tight end would be hurt half the time, and he can't catch. Shakir is inconsistent. Who are these? What?
Hey,
Josh Allen is trash.
Hey, Q, he got paid, bro. I don't care. He got paid, and he told Stephon Diggs to leave.
Oh my god, he got paid, and nobody else getting paid. Nick, no, who the fuck else getting paid?
It don't matter.
All right, so
you want an MVP, and you got paid, bro.
They done won games with him throwing 120 yards.
All you need to win a Super Bowl is all you need to win a Super Bowl is a quarterback. Like, what are we saying, guys? Like, come on.
So wait, hold on. Wait, Q, pause right there. So how come the Bengals haven't been back?
They don't have the Bengals haven't been back because Burrow's been hurt. I'm just saying that right now. That's the main thing. Burrow has been hurt. If Burrow played a full healthy season consistently, I think they would have been back to more playoffs and also more deep playoff runs.
Because if he had a running back like Buffalo too, they've been better off.
I'm not even just going with that. I'm just saying, like, bro, Burrow has proven that with the team that he has, if he's healthy for a full season, he puts up numbers and he could take them to a deep playoff run. But they just haven't been consistent with his health. That's the main thing.
I just don't want to see a white quarterback.
He hasn't been consistent with his health.
I just don't want to see another white quarterback win a Super Bowl. That's the reason for my age. I want to keep me in black.
It's cool. It's cool, Jay. Jordan Love got you, bro. J-Lo.
I got J-Lo, Jalen Hurts, and CJ Stroud to bank on this year.
Stroud got you. Stroud got you.
But all right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. It's past my bedtime.
Damn, this niggas try to end it for the host.
I know. Cuz sent out 10 chats back to back. I'm like, nigga, shit, call in.
Hey, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. All right, Nick. Quick question, Ken. As a fellow Akeem guy, where do you rank him all time as a center? Number one. Who's number one? Kareem?
Shit, there's a whole bunch of people. I could put Wilt over him. I put Kareem over him. I put Shaq over him.
You crazy.
I'm definitely putting
Kareem. The only one I would have said.
I put Joker over him.
Oh no,
Joker.
I see why Nick logged out now.
Yes.
All right. You know what? Ken, we don't have time.
Yeah.
We don't have time.
I see what y'all got going on.
Y'all on some freaky shit tonight.
Why do you say he's number one?
Sheldon.
What do you mean? Why?
Show the
Number
face,
one.
What are you doing? No, I'm asking. I don't know why he said he's number one over like Kareem and those players. That's what I'm
Kareem would be the
asking.
only acceptable answer.
I ain't saying Joker. I'm saying over the older.
Kareem, you know, I could go Kareem number one. I'm a super fan of Hakeem Olajuwon. He's by far one of my favorite players of all time. So there's bias in there, but Kareem, you know, he would probably be second.
So who's first?
Being biased. Kareem.
So,
I would say Kareem would be first if I'm not being.
Yeah, that's the only one I was asking about. I would ask about none of the rest of them. Just Kareem.
That
Yeah.
nigga said Joker.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So is Joker not top five?
It
Joker,
is. Like,
That ain't what we said. That ain't what you said. That ain't what we said.
he
You
ain't
said
number
he's
one,
better.
though.
I said I will take Joker over Akeem. I didn't say I would put Joker number one.
I still take
I said because Akeem is not number one to me. So I would tell you all of the centers I would take over Akeem.
But FIFA, Akeem plays both ends of the floor.
King got two of them
Tremendous.
things. Too.
I'll give you that.
He got
That's
two
why-
of them things.
You can't deny that. I mean, I love Joker, and I think Joker's going to be up there one of these days. But as far as a body of work so far, Akeem was unstoppable on the offensive end. And
Jordan was afraid of him.
Yeah, that's enough right there in itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Afraid is not the right word, but I understand your sentiment.
Fear. Which one you want to use? Didn't want to play him.
Mad Max was scared of him too.
You know, Ariel Smoke. I see a QB that'll never win a Super Bowl, bro. He hates Josh Allen, and I love it.
Bro, I don't know, bro. I don't let ESPN and Fox steer my emotions towards players like that. Like, it's cool. Like, I just like seeing guys be great.
It ain't Fox or ESPN for me. It's racism.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But the thing is, where would I?
They talk glowingly of him, Q.
But who is they? That's what I just said. Like I tune it out. Like, I don't care about what the fuck, you know what I'm saying, hillbilly people talking about. Like, bro, like, if I see what's happening on the field, on the court, like, it's when people doing that shit with Jokic. I still like him. Like, he's still a good player.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can look at the game and be like, yeah, Josh Allen, he's that nigga. He's definitely top two.
Yeah.
But I can still be like, I don't want that nigga to win. I did the same thing with Brady.
No, and I respect, and the thing is, though, I respect that. I just feel like when we're talking about, like, just being objective in the analysis, I don't think we should be saying, man, they be asked. Like, I don't want to talk about they. I want to say, like, hey, what do us six see when we look on the field? Why can't he win? Why shouldn't he win? Or why should he win? And it can't involve, well, Max Kellerman. It's like, I don't hear that, you know. But that's just me.
Last one. Last year, Bills Mafia hung Kermit Mahomes.
They sure did.
They sure did. I don't fuck with that fan base. They weird as hell. But people don't fuck with Eagles fan base either. So, once again, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to Ariel, man. I appreciate the hate.
for
I always
real.
appreciate good hate.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He just wanted to get like $40 of hate. And go ahead.
Hey, I'm with it.
I ain't mad at that.
Yep. Anyway, what's up, Jalen?
I was gonna just say, because I'm getting off too. Hey, shout out to Shador for throwing 50% against the worst defense in the league yesterday. But yeah, man, I'll holler at y'all boys later.
Kick that nigga off.
Right. Hey, man, we gonna leave it there, man. We'll catch y'all next week. We out. Peace.
2026, we back.
Y'all know he ain't light skinned, right? That's his tent.